Hello. Man, I get chills every time I watch that video. I can't take credit for it, but it is without doubt my favorite video on YouTube. I've watched it so many times. And somebody said something quite sacrilegious on the Nielsen ratings on Tuesday. They said there were no good films in the 1980s. So I feel I had to play that video to make a point, because there were a lot of good films in the 1980s. I've got a couple of guests coming on. I haven't been on the channel before, but I have been on streams with them before. Now, I must warn you, when this first person comes on, due to the vast array of very tight basketball tops that he wears, combined with those sexy dreads, the sexual tension between us could get quite tense. It's Left Eye Ego. First time in the house. Man, I had to give you an appropriate introduction. I feel like your head is disappearing behind the logo for your name. Maybe you need to raise the chair up.
I'm over here.
It's got a cushion like me.
All right.
Welcome to my channel, man. It's the first time you've been on.
Yeah, dude. Thank you. I apologize that I haven't been on sooner. I keep forgetting the time zone difference. I was like, I can make it. I got off early from work. I'm in. It's your birthday, man. Happy birthday.
Oh, thanks, man. There's a funny story behind my birthday, which I'll tell when I've brought everyone else. I've also got a second person who I've also been on the streams with, but I don't think they've yet made my channel. It just goes to show I should have a birthday every week. It's Golden Age Geek in the house.
Hello. It's great to be here. Happy birthday. And yes, we've got on many streams together, but I haven't actually come to this channel before. So I'm glad to be here. And yeah, let's roll.
Fantastic. You know, your voice reminds me of oh shit, you're like Little Platoon's younger brother.
I've heard people say that, and
yeah,
I don't know. I feel like that's a bit of an insult to the Little Platoon, because he does have a wonderful voice. But I mean,
well, he's got the sort of more kind of, older, like sort of 50-year-old sexy growling dad voice. You're like his son waiting to conquer the universe. So it's all good.
I'm his sidekick. I'm his sidekick.
Fantastic. So that must be the thing with the cat. So you've got a familiar on your shoulder. I've also got wearing a cowboy hat. I don't know if it's for my birthday or whether there's an American holiday that I'm hitherto unaware of.
It is. Come on.
Blue Collar Losers in the house.
We need more accolade coverage, all right? You ready, Lance? Because we love that show so much.
Oh, well, we can't. I mean, we did talk about the Acolyte last night. Somebody just told me it's officially been cancelled. Is that true? Because that'd be an awesome birthday present.
I keep trying. This thing won't turn red. Try to pour my hate into this thing. It's
just going to go through the chat quickly. We've got some birthday messages here from Desert Phoenix. Thank you very much, Bo Romeo. Not sure who this chap is. I'm sure I banned him. Vincent Vega. It's really John Travolta, of course. Dan Candy's in the house. Random Noodling. I'm not sure who this person is, but thank you for coming in. I'm not sure I've seen them in the chat before. Gooch is here. He might be popping on in a minute. Sean Innes, another regular. Good to see you. Melvin Deeply. Good to see you.
Yeah.
And we have this. There's a Left Eye Ego in the chat as well. So clearly you've got a clone.
Yeah.
Thanks very much. So funny story about this. This is actually the day that I was adopted. So my birthday is actually in January. And when I was a kid, I cottoned on pretty quickly that it sucked to have a birthday in January because it was right after Christmas. My parents didn't have any money. My sister's birthday was in November. So by the time we got to January, the present budget was fucked. So there was like no present budget. So, and then not only that, the toy stores, all the cool toys, they were all sold out because it was like Christmas. And, if you wanted to get that cool Lego Space Cruiser, you weren't getting it because it was sold out. So like when I got to like 10, and it was around that time that my parents told me I was adopted because I was asking them why I didn't really particularly look like my dad. So that led to an embarrassing conversation. And then I thought, oh yeah, what day was I adopted? And my mum shouts out to my dad, what day was Steen adopted? That's my middle Danish name that they used to call me. And dad shouts back to my mum, let me just check the paperwork. 28th of July. Great. Okay. So 3 years ago, I found that paperwork, and it's old paperwork. It's got a written documentation, like the numbers are written in one column, and then they're spelled in this section next. Okay. And it's all done in like an ink pen and everything, very old school. And I found the adoption certificate, and I can see what my dad had done. He'd looked at it quickly, and it looks like a 28. But when you look at it closely, the 2 was actually a 1.
1. Okay.
And next to it, it says the 18th of July spelled out. And I didn't see that until the summer of, I think it was 2021.
Oh, wow.
As we were coming out of lockdown. So the first time I actually celebrated my birthday on the correct day I was adopted was actually 2021. And nice. I've been celebrating it on the wrong day since about 1985. Oh, there you go. When's everyone else's birthday? Let's go round. Ego, when's yours?
Oh, dude, mine's the day after Christmas. So I understand.
Oh, damn.
But I told everyone, you have 2 chances to get me what I want. Okay. 2 chances. All right. It's not hard. That means that everyone says that sucks for presents. It's just like, hey, it's to be continued. Okay. You can split my Christmas gifts in half. 1 for Christmas, 1 for the birthday. I'm fine. It's just I need what I want either on Christmas or birthday. That's all. It's changed older, but it's the day after Christmas. Yeah.
Right. Yours is the day after Christmas, the 26th.
Yeah, like the thing is, it was like my mom went into labor on Christmas night, but Jesus was selfish and included the next day. So it's the 26th.
Dude, that sucks. Just like demand 26th of June now. It's in the summer. You're more likely to get good weather. People will go out. No one's going to come out for dinner with you on the 26th. They're all going to be at home.
Bro, yeah, that's the thing. Is like, I mean, I'm in Texas now, so hopefully people can visit. But like, it was absolutely a hard time doing that in Philly, trying to get people to come out to Philly in like the middle of December. It wasn't happening.
Golden Age, when's your birthday?
Well, kind of similar, really. Not the day afterwards, but it's a little bit afterwards, but not too long away. So yeah, we always took the approach of we just go all in at Christmas, or sort of half and half, and then I kind of like expected, I'm getting less for Christmas because I'm going to get the rest with birthday.
Right. So yours is also in the late December, early January arena.
Yeah, that's sort of yeah.
Okay. All right. Oh, it's no wonder we're all getting on, because it's all like Capricorns and Aquarians in here, which is the coolest sign.
Sure.
Let's see if Blue can fit in the group. I'll get the eject button ready. When's your birthday?
August 5th.
Oh, fuck me. So you're a Leo.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the same sign as my very first girlfriend.
Oh,
so
I don't know any of these signs off by heart. It's always news to me. I always have to go to the internet for reference.
Well, it's not like I do a Mystic Meg and like check them every Friday just to guide my life or anything. That doesn't happen. But yeah. So it's birthday today. I've had like big parties the last couple of years, like hideout pubs, and told everybody when and where. And the first one of those we did was after lockdown, and about 150 people came. There's actually there's a video somewhere on, I think it's on the Outcast channel, it might be actually, of me doing a speech at that. Because there was a whole load of people that did script reads in the lockdown that had never met each other, and the first time that they all met was at my birthday party, because they were all coming on our channel reading scripts. Cool. and we did live performances on the channel, which is what it was originally before it became what it is now. So yeah, so that was kind of mad. There was like about 50 people there that had never met each other, that were all meeting for the first time. We got Anti-Derivative, Jill in the chat. Now, I did have to sign an agreement with Left Eye. He said, look, I'm only coming on your channel if it's not all penile. There's got to be some ladies in the house. And I said, well, give me a chance. So in order not to break that contract, Vex Electronic is here.
Hey, what's going on, Vex?
I'm so glad that
going, guys?
So glad that Left Eye can't sue me now. This is good.
Lance, now when you say the term
Happy birthday.
Thank you very much. Much appreciated.
Just to clarify, when you said the word lady, then you put Vex on. I mean,
Well, I used to term in the sort of, you know, very.
I can attest. I have way more estrogen than Vex does.
Vex, can you do you care to reply?
No comment.
Okay, case dismissed, Your Honor. Let's move on. Vex, thanks for coming on. I know you've got quite a busy day, so.
Oh no, it's my pleasure. I figure I'll pop in for a bit, and then I'm gonna go eat dinner finally. So
I've just had a smash burger. When is your birthday, Vex? Roughly, give or take.
December 9th is when my birthday
God,
is.
everybody's like near Christmas. I've just been explaining why I moved mine to the day I was adopted. So everybody needs to quickly discover if they're adopted, and then they can move their birthdays to the summer. That's the ideal scenario. Left Eyes is on like Boxing Day, so he has to eat like leftovers on his
nice. Well, the way it was great when I was a kid, though, because like, so we have Boxing Day in Canada. I know that's not a thing in the US. The UK has it too. So what we do is just wait till it was Boxing Day, and then I got to go get like 3 presents that day: birthday, Christmas, and an extra one. Yeah.
Not bad at all. Okay,
much appreciate Jill's happy birthday. She's such a wicked person.
What is Boxing Day?
That's a national holiday in the UK. Traditionally, it's when there's a boxing match in Left Eye's house. It's when all the relatives argue. There's a big punch up. It's the same thing. So it still means that he gets leftovers.
It's the day after Christmas. It's December 25th. Yeah, there's usually like a whole bunch of sales that go on. It's kind of like our version of Black Friday.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Melvin Deeply has given me a £10 happy birthday, you evil old git. That's obviously for Blue Collar for next month. That's in advance. I'll make sure he gets that money. So Golden Age Geek. I've been meaning to ask you this question ever since I saw your name. What is the golden age for you of cinema or TV? What
you're asking for like a period of cinema.
Well, I guess.
Well, it's kind of, well, it's a bit of a leveled question, really, because I find myself tending to have a lot of unpopular opinions in terms of like quality of movies and stuff like that. But I would say, like, objectively, I would say objectively, I would sort of gravitate towards like late 80s, early 90s, although I find myself finding a lot of guilty pleasures in like early 2000s movies, because that's when I really sort of got into cinema, and I've always gravitated towards those kinds of films. So
there's a lot of good films out around that time, you know. That's sort of Lord of the Rings original trilogy era, and
yeah.
You know, so I'd say there's what would you say are 3 of your favorite? Give us one from the late 80s, one from the 90s, and one from the, in fact, we can all do this, one from the 2000s. Those 3 eras.
Decades. I don't know if I know like release dates of movies off.
I'm not gonna pin it down, and it's a fairly big area. So I think if you throw the dart at the dartboard, you'll be all right. But give us 3 movies that for you are golden age films. Your golden age.
I'm really gonna have to look this up. You may have to move on to someone else quickly.
Go on to Google. Vex, can you give me 3?
3 from, sorry, which decades?
Well, let's go from, he said late 80s till early 2000s. So let's go between 88 and 2002. I can see Left Eyes already Googling. Good
okay,
ahead, mate. That's a good idea.
So between 3 films that I mean, I'd have to give this answer a little more thought, but off the top of my head, 3 films that really stand out. True Lies, James Cameron's True Lies.
Good call. Nice.
Yeah, that's 96 or thereabouts, I think.
Yeah.
Slightly early. Probably slightly earlier, maybe 94, 93.
The first Blade movie. And
sorry, what was the second one?
Blade.
Oh yeah, okay. That's around, I think that's around
98. That's 98. Yeah. And then 2000s. Trying to think of, you know what? The Ninth Gate. I really like The Ninth Gate.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well done.
That's an interesting choice, because the girl that lived in the flat above me was a production assistant on that.
Really?
Wow.
And she moved out at one point, but for like months afterwards, I kept getting like production reports in in sort of brown A4 envelopes for the movie, as well as like 2 tickets to the premiere arrived at the address.
I know I should dislike that movie because it's Roman Polanski and he anally raped a child and whatnot. But I gotta say, like when it comes to like the possession films, the mix between mystery, thriller, and then the supernatural elements, I think The Ninth Gate does a lot really well. Like that's a personal favorite.
Good choices. Ego, do you want to chuck some?
Yeah, so categorically, if we're doing 80s, I'm going to go for movies with dance. So it's either Dirty Dancing or Footloose. 90s, we're going for technological advances. So I'm thinking either Titanic or The Matrix. And you said 2000s?
Yeah, early 2000s.
You know what? I'm not going to lie. I never finished the series with Lord of the Rings. Just the way y'all were on it. Yeah, I didn't finish. It's too much happening.
Never finished. What does that mean?
I watched it because they were going to review it, and I had never seen it. It was just
okay. Hold on. We need to focus on Left Eye while he gives us this explanation.
Okay. All right, let's do this. Okay, where I went to school was a private university. It was mainly Christian. Okay, and anytime a Christian movie came out, everyone wanted to go see it primarily because it was Christian. And because that's what the main thing was, that's all everyone told me, like, oh my God, it's just so awesome. It's just, everyone knows that the rings could be thin and Thoron's obviously the devil. They have to go into Mordor, that's hell. So it's just the journey from, hell to the Middle Earth to heaven. Everyone knows that. So I'm like, I'm not watching this shit. No, I don't feel like doing this. So, I mean, I watched it now. It's just, I understand why everyone else is excited. I will never put the movie trilogy down at all. I saw the first 2 Hobbit films, but like, I'm not going to put down people that actually enjoy it because I know that a lot went into the movie based on the book. So I won't hate on it. It's just like, I'm not in a rush to like finish it off at this. I'm sorry. Yeah. I can't do it. It's a lot. It's too much for me.
I think I've got my my picks.
Go for it.
For 80s, I would probably say Back to the Future. For 90s, I would say The Matrix. And early 2000s, I would say V for Vendetta.
Oh yeah, okay. That's 3 pretty cool movies there.
I forgot Fifth Element. Fifth Element's one of my favorite movies, and that came out in the 90s.
Gary Oldman's so good.
Blue, you got 3?
Oh, easy. 80s Predator. 90s Terminator 2. 2000s Tropic Thunder.
Okay.
Dang, Delance gave me 88 to 2002. What the? I would have picked Predator instead.
Yeah, I'd go with 80s Die Hard, 1988. 90s, God, so many choices. Probably Pulp Fiction, because 90s was like the era of Tarantino, and I'm a big Tarantino fan. Of course, I look like Tarantino, as everybody tells me.
Are you into feet as well?
What?
That was coming.
What was that?
Are you into feet as well?
Am I into feet? No, just washing my own. Yeah, and then in the 2000s, it's got to be the Lord of the Rings trilogy, which I did finish and watched several times, including all 3 extended versions in the cinema.
Hold on. Left Eye.
I'm sorry.
Which one have you not seen in the trilogy? Which one are you missing?
What's the last one?
Return of the King.
What's the last one?
That one. I guess that one. I forgot what happened at the 2 towers. I think things looked very grim. I think is what happened.
Return of the King. It has a wizard, a hobbit, a ring. Yeah,
then that's not the one that I saw. I saw the Hobbit ones, but I didn't finish the Hobbits either. That's all. There's a lot going on.
You know what? Like, honestly, just like you don't even have to be. I'm not a Lord of the Rings nerd. Okay, you just have to appreciate a good movie. That's all. And it's well.
I do. I appreciate. I know it's well written. It's just like it's one of the things like you can't tell someone you want to watch because I know because I'm like this. If I know you haven't seen something, I got to make sure you know all the plot points that are happening.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, in the book and I can't do that knowing how many people like Lord of the Rings. Because if I sit down with it, I'm gonna like What the hell are they speaking? What language is that? Why can't he understand them? Why put on the ring and now he's invisible? This is too much for me right now. Okay, I'd have to bring in someone that knows, but they would overshare how much they know, and then I get annoyed. Now it's taking me 6 hours to watch a 3-hour movie. I can't do that.
This is a good choice from Melvin Deeply. The Unforgiven in the 90s. What a great movie.
That is a good one as well. Yeah.
About 80s, Melvin.
Welcome, Stupenzo.
Yeah, happy birthday, bro.
Thanks, man. You're not the only one who I got a read. You know when you send a tweet to somebody and you check back later and the text is in red and it says it didn't send.
I think because you got to send a link. When you send a link, you got to let the preview load. If you send it before the preview loads, it'll fail.
Yeah, I've seen. There's a few people I sent it to, including Gooch, who also didn't get it. So you weren't the only one. But anyway,
I feel unseen.
Yeah, anyone who wants to come on is always welcome, of course. So just give me a shout, and I'll send you I'll probably send you a link, probably. And mention the Gooch, and the Gooch appears.
It's like juice.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Thank you, man. I didn't get any Gooch for my birthday, but you're here, so that's a close second.
So what does it feel like to be 35, Lance?
Well, I could tell you that if you asked me that question 17 years ago.
Awesome.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I feel old.
It's okay.
But,
right behind you.
Because I didn't really have anything planned this week because finances being what they were, I thought I've got a big weekend coming up. So
anybody want to guess my 80s movie? Just take a guess.
It's not that's not what we were doing. You came in late, so we were picking one movie.
Better Off Dead.
No, it's RoboCop. Come on.
Well, that's 88. You can have that one.
I was going to say Steel Magnolias.
Cannoli Sasquatch just sent me $5. I know he meant that to be $500. So just go back in and hit those zeros. But happy birthday, Lance. Sorry I cannot stay, but I hope you have a great day. Wish you all the best, buddy, and appreciate you. Yeah, you too, man. I really do. One of the first collaborations I did on YouTube was on your channel, and I've never forgotten that. And all the friendships that came from that, including 3 or 4 of the people that are here now. So, so just to let people know, apart from Michael Sarah in the house.
Hello.
Wow, this is a nice panel. God damn.
Happy birthday.
How is it that I can't get a panel like this normally? But I need to have birthdays more often. So I better celebrate my one in January as well, so I can do this twice a year. I did. I've had quite a few really great interviews on the channel lately, including 2 this week, and I got to interview producer legend Richard Band. But when he came on, he pre-warned us that he literally, we only had him for an hour, and we were like, oh shit, we had all these questions. Like we did an hour of prep just to go through, because he's produced 427 films, so it took us like an hour to go through all of those on IMDb and prep it all and stuff. But I don't know if you guys are familiar with his movies, but I guarantee you, if you used to rent the straight to video stuff in the 80s or early 90s, you will have seen some of his stuff. Let me show you a couple of real quick clips.
In a future that grows ever closer, the fate of our Earth will lie in the hands of one man, a solitary warrior of great courage. His name is Dojin, and he is called the Finder. His enemies will emerge from the underworld to test his strength. Urok, the Cyclopean warlord of the One Eyes. The assassin Baal. Half man, half machine. And Jared Sin, leader and mastermind of the sinister renegades.
He is a warrior in a wasteland without mercy.
It's the little guy.
He has survived where countless others have died.
Good shot, huh?
He has destroyed all that would kill him.
Out of control.
He is the only one who can face the challenges of the Dungeon Master.
You
worthy opponent.
I don't believe this.
It's a new age of combat.
Human beings, genetically engineered to be the best fighters in history.
Two champions.
It isn't over until someone wins.
At war with each other.
Achilles! I have already killed you.
Two invincible men.
Let's finish it, Alexander, here now.
The ultimate killing machines.
I'm gonna get in this thing, and I'm gonna kick your...
If you're going to watch one of those films, watch the last one, Robojocks. It's actually
the ultimate killing machine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really good, and it's all stop motion animation. So unlike that Del Toro movie that came out, I forget the name of it now.
Me and Gordo watched his Ginger Dead Man. That was a great one.
Yeah,
it was the same guy.
That's a whole other topic. Yeah, I mean, it's great to see that level of effects done with animation, stop motion, and that's a dead art form now. So pretty much, so to watch, you know, films like that when I was growing up and trying to work out how they were done, and then also, you know, I like those other two films are like, oh, that's the same car from the other film. This guy's reusing all his props. Why is he doing that? Well, because he's a producer and he's clever, and that's how he, you know, gets his budget to go further. So the guy who he directed one of those, Stuart Gordon, who did the Reanimator movies, actually directed Robojocks, which was the one with the robots. But Charles Band produced all of those movies along with 424 other titles.
Dude, he also directed a few kids movies, and I remember Prehysteria. Did you ever see that one with the little kid from Last Action Hero and the little tiny
got like a pterodactyl thing?
It was so bad.
Yeah, one of his latest films is called Bad CGI Gator. I bet none of you can guess what that's about.
Yeah, it's a great, clever, you know, we have a bad CG gator. So that is the plot point, you know. It's like they threw laptops into the lake and they turn an alligator into like a pixelated monster. So that's why when the alligator attacks you and it looks like a bad special effect, it's like literally written into the story. It's amazing.
Yeah. So, yeah, but that's on my channel. We had him on. We only had him for an hour, but so we're like racing through the questions, me and the Inside Man. But it was a lot of fun. But my guest before that, Milana, she was only supposed to come on for about 70 minutes. She stayed on for 2.5 hours.
Wow.
On the channel, and then longer after that as well, because I chatted with her after, and she's coming back on to discuss 6888 when that movie drops, which is about the black women who joined the army to run the postal service during World War II.
Ooh.
They were a specific unit called the 6888. It's a new movie specifically about that, and I'm really looking forward to seeing that, because of course male especially in World War II was morale. You know, everybody was always like, is there a letter for me? So to run the mail service efficiently in war back then was absolutely vital. Got a couple of super chats from people here that might even be in this chat, so I could get you to read these out in person, but that would feel like it was cheating. Happy birthday, Lance. It's an honor to be called your friend and to be a guest on such a distinguished panel of amazing people, except for Gooch. And then we have another one that says the power of one, the power of two, the power of Gooch. Happy birthday, buddy. And in brackets, which you can't see, can you bump off blue collar losers? He's supposed to stay away from me 20 yards.
What kind of twins does the power of Gooch produce?
Ooh. You don't want to know. You don't want to know. You don't want to know.
Shall not be named.
And I'll use a quote from Blue Collar. I'll see you in hell, buddy.
We've heard of butt babies, but twin butt babies? It's amazing.
I've heard rumors that the Acolyte's been cancelled already. Can anyone confirm?
No, please, God.
Nah, they'll probably renew it out of spite. I don't believe it.
I'm so heartbroken.
Yeah,
There's also rumors that Biden has officially dropped out of the race. So
I heard about that.
Rumors.
Well,
Who could have seen that coming?
Okay, which one of those do we more want to be true?
Oh boy, I mean,
well, let's before we segue into politics, which we don't do here. So
Let's not segue into politics. I'd
No,
rather
no,
not.
no, no, no,
I thought you guys would enjoy
steal. No, I'm just joking.
I thought you would enjoy this highly rated review of the Acolyte on IMDb.
Let's go.
2,036 people out of 2,677 found this review helpful.
Wow.
Jar Jar Binks was a museum masterpiece next to this. Misa no like this doo-doo. I mean, seriously, what were they thinking? Have they even watched what they produced? The acting and writing are horrible. They have completely destroyed this franchise. I mean, come on, it isn't hard to make entertaining Star Wars. There are thousands of stories surrounding this universe. They could just copy the story of the Old Republic and have the most successful modern day Star Wars with this production budget. But no, seems what they want to do is a teenage soap opera. Do they even have a passion for Star Wars? And so on.
Quick question: Is there are there any viewership numbers for the Acolyte out?
no. Surprisingly, Vex, right? Because boy,
Okay.
if those numbers were like 10, 20, 30 million, you would see endless articles by Disney bragging about those numbers, huh?
And then my second question is, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was saying they gauge the popularity. It's so popular just because they gauge internet discourse about it. They don't talk about that doesn't count negative discussion either.
Translate to money.
So then, my other question is, didn't She-Hulk get renewed for a second season?
Not yet.
What would we rather get? A second season of Acolyte or a second season of She-Hulk?
That's a hard question, man. I'd rather they do a second season of She-Hulk and not tarnish Star Wars.
Yeah.
She-Hulk.
I'm just wondering.
I have to agree with Lance.
Yeah, I'm wondering if this is one of those things because there's only like 8 episodes of the Acolyte. It was just like, oh, we don't know if it'll get renewed, but it's like, oh, like half the episodes for a second season are already, filmed or in production. So,
I think it was more fun to sort of poke holes in She-Hulk as opposed to the Acolyte, which just seems to be painful at times.
Yeah.
Lance, you should do a poll. Which one was worse? Because it's like that's
I
a
didn't
hard
watch She-Hulk.
Well, it's a hard discussion, Enzo, because at this point, people are so let down by Star Wars that at least Marvel, there's still a shred of hope for it. And She-Hulk is a very popular character. Like, how many people look at Star Wars with apathy? Even just like, She-Hulk could have been great. I feel like I was more let down by She-Hulk because of the potential that the MCU still kind of has.
Your voice is ravaged by COVID right now.
She-Hulk episodes were shorter, and there was only one more. So,
before I answer that crucially important question of dilemma that Blue has stated, who can do the best impersonation of Alec Guinness here? I know Gooch.
Oh God, no way, no way.
He's on the droid. He's on the
I can't even
droids you're looking
speak.
for.
Are you asking me to speak? I can't even talk. And you asked me to do Alec Guinness.
Who can do a good character impersonation? Anyone, any character.
I mean, these aren't the droids.
Blue
you're
Collar
looking
could
for.
probably do Alec
Sounds right.
after several drinks of Guinness.
I want somebody to read out this super chat but with a sort of non-American voice.
Okay.
And you pronounce that Magnum and the Kai, but it's like a battle.
Right after that one.
Hello there.
We have two British guys on the panel.
Right. What?
Yeah, but I'm a generous host. I like to offer things out to my guests.
You got baby platoon. You got baby platoon up there, and you're not asking him.
Yeah, baby platoon. Hey, baby platoon. Do you want to read out this super chat?
I'll give it a try. Happy birthday for Magnamund and the Kai.
Fantastic. Love
There
that.
we go.
Round of applause. Very good.
Love it.
Was that good, or have I just made myself a laughing stock?
Exceptional.
It would rank at least number 2 on this panel if Lance has a better one. I don't think any of us could
Jacob,
match
I'll
it.
try and pop on that if I can before I go to bed. I know I think I was supposed to be. It's their last Acolyte stream tonight. So,
thank God.
But if I don't make it, mate, I've got two words. It's shit. That's my summary. We got Sammy Pete. Wow, this is like this is loads of people.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Oh God.
Thanks, man. You put on a special jacket just for me, I can tell.
Yeah.
So happy he's awake.
And you've had a haircut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Looking
living the
spiffy.
dream. And I saw long
Right?
legs.
Oh yeah, you said this earlier.
How just I mean, without spoilers, how was it?
Yeah, I loved it. I want to watch it again.
So sorry, what you just seen long legs?
Yeah, I thought it was good.
It's really hot in the UK, and actually on the way home I saw several long legs.
Ooh.
I did want to go and see the movie, but my friend had already seen it. He said it was okay. He felt it was overrated, but he didn't want to see it again. So I was like, okay, well, we'll just go and get pissed instead.
Well, to quote The Exorcist at him, I hope his mother sucks cocks in hell. It
Wow.
was phenomenal.
Okay. Happy birthday, Lance. Have a
That's a
final-
direct quote.
Aaron Charman. Thank you for that, Aaron Charman. Much appreciated. This is quite
So a matter of fact.
Yeah. Don't hold back, Vex.
Leon had a hot
man.
had a hot take on it too. So I've heard a lot of good things, but Leon had a hot take and said it was a
Leon's
mess.
hot take was that he couldn't decide what take he really had on the
Yeah, he's like, I'm middle of the road, and he's just like started railing on like, she's not cornering, she's not using her firearm properly.
Hey guys, I'm
Hot
gonna
take,
interrupt.
guys. It was okay.
My bad, I don't mean to interrupt, but I gotta head out. I gotta take care of the dogs and then clear up around the house.
Oh,
See you
that's
left.
why my
Thank
sexual
you so
energy
much,
is
man.
already decreasing at your
Always good to see you, buddy.
restricted absence. But
I'll
it's
bring
okay.
it back the next time I can get on your stream, okay, dude?
Listen, it's my 2-year anniversary stream on Sunday afternoon, which is between 3 and 6, give or take.
Trivia,
Anyone's welcome to pop
trivia,
on that kind of a bit of an open
trivia.
house thing like
Dude,
tonight. So
send me the link and I'll try to get on that one too.
I will do.
Cool. All right, catch y'all later. All right.
no
Bye,
worries.
Eagle.
Cheers,
See
Left
you,
Eye.
Eagle.
Bye.
Later.
That's awesome having him on for the first time. I'm going to dash for a wee, so can you guys amuse yourselves and talk about me while I'm in the
Go chasing
I'm finally the only
waterfalls.
colored person on the stream.
How
Allegedly.
dare you? How dare you?
Wow.
Your time is
I'm-
now,
I'm-
Vex.
And
pretty
female.
brown.
It's like colored and female. So
Wow.
I don't identify as female anymore, so that's a gray area.
I am something beyond.
Want to see Lance? Did you guys watch the new Beetlejuice trailer?
Dude, it
I
looks
did.
awesome, I think.
It looks good. It
You
looks
Sam,
good.
I'm not the only one. Michael Keaton still got it, man. I'm
He
telling
does, dude. The guy's
I-
got charisma.
Yeah.
Is there
I
new
think
footage
it's-
in the new trailer? Or...
Yes.
there is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
good.
it's
like
on.
two-
It doesn't. It
two and
doesn't
a half
appear to be
minutes.
giving too much away, thankfully. So
It doesn't
Yeah,
look
it-
terrible. I'll fucking
Yeah.
yeah. that much.
I mean, yeah, it's just Michael Keaton. He's what are you going to see it for?
And
And
so,
so,
let people
compared to
enjoy
I
what
gotta-
we've been getting, it's
Yeah, yeah.
like way better
Look,
than.
I got a
anything
thing
that
for
we've had.
Winona, man. Winona's always been a crush of mine back then and
Agreed.
still today. She's so fine. So, whatever.
I like how they continue to give her those bangs, like in
Yeah, I love the idea that she hasn't changed at all in 30
Yeah,
years.
yeah, she's like, I'm a
she's just-
50-year-old goth. I'm like, okay, that's a choice.
She
Also-
bangs. She bangs.
I'll say it, Lance, too. Did you watch 2 hours ago the official final trailer for Alien Romulus?
What?
No,
That
I
was-
don't.
that-
I've only seen one trailer, and I don't want to see any more. I just want to see.
Same here, Lance.
All I will say is just that in terms of practical effects and like the face huggers and just it looks aesthetically, it looks fucking awesome.
I'm
I'm
definitely
mean,
more
that-
excited over that.
That
than
came out
Beetlejuice.
today. I didn't even see that.
not
That's
too much.
great. but
Oh, I
I
agree,
don't
yeah.
know when the facehuggers are going to appear in the movie. Like we
Yeah.
had no idea when they were coming in Aliens, for example.
Yeah.
I mean, we know they come out the eggs, but that whole idea of them escaping from those tubes was,
Yeah.
you didn't see that coming at first. It was
being grown.
goofy set up, and then we kind of forgot about it.
I want that popcorn bucket though. Holy man!
What?
You see the
What?
Yeah, I'll take that one over the Dune one any day.
Yeah, the
I
popcorn
think there
bucket.
should be like a
the head.
Thanos who like collects all these like novelty popcorn buckets and has
Yes.
them all, like
Well, I'll just say it because Gooch came out about 2 hours ago. Just like it finally showed the xenomorph, but it seems like they're really focusing more on practical effects. Like I'm sure there's some CG, but it seems like they're-
Finally,
it's impossible to avoid all CGI, but it's like really like Mad Max Fury Road. It seems like the xenomorph, the face huggers, they're all actual practical effects.
Yeah, well, there's two buckets, Blue. There's the xenomorph one, and then there's a face hugger one, and I'll take
Oh,
the
really?
xenomorph one.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah.
face hugger one.
oh,
Face huggers always freak me out.
The face
I-
hugger
I-
one, it's just a bucket and it has the face hugger like holding the bucket. That's all.
Yeah.
What? So
I mean,
is
it looks
this-
sweet.
Is this a special promotion for the film?
Yeah, it's like the year of the popcorn bucket. That's like the thing that they've been
I'm
doing.
totally down for this trend continuing.
So do I. Yeah, I'm fine with it. I love
it. If you're making sequels and remakes, then at least give us something cool to go with it.
The Ghostbusters one was phenomenal, where it was the ghost trap. That was a great idea.
Can you see the Deadpool one I have up there?
Oh my god,
the Deadpool.
Oh nice.
Mouth.
Yeah. Oh, he's got.
That's a popcorn bucket.
Yeah.
Hang on, I've
How did you get it so early?
I've got
for the first movie.
Or is this from a different Deadpool movie?
Is this the bucket?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the facehugger one.
Facehugger one. Yeah.
Yeah, the Xenomorph one is better.
That
it
is
holds more popcorn
cool,
too.
Jay.
Yeah, that's pretty
Wait,
awesome.
so the hat? Does the hat come with the Deadpool, or you just?
No, that's my tooth. That's actually. Yeah.
So
Nice.
I used to have a latex face hugger, and you used to be able to put it on your mouth, and it had like the breathing thing. You put it in your mouth like for a snorkel. And then as you breathe in and out, the pouches on the side would inflate and deflate.
You know what? Screw a firearm. That's what I'm doing if I ever get a home intruder. I'm strapping on the face hugger.
It was for an Aliens versus Predator live action role playing game. That's what it was for.
Oh,
we did a LARP. We did a LARP.
Nerd alert.
Yeah, absolutely. Dude, look behind me, man. You're like shouting that out like it's news. But it was really cool. I also picked up these the other day when I went on the toy stream. Here you go.
Ooh,
nice.
Oh,
yeah. So that's the Hero Clicks one.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Predator set as well, which I want to get. So oh yeah. So look, I just lost a sub. He's just cottoned on. Oh shit.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
I wonder if they're going to release one with Ripley with her pubes now, since they.
Oh my god, that's
Oh.
so funny.
Master.
It's over Twitter.
It was like, they
just have to
restored.
dig kernels out.
Why
of
is
the
that
bush.
such a big deal?
I don't know,
understand
but it was just thank God.
It's just because, fun fact, back in the 70s when they were making that movie, there was a guy that painstakingly had to digitally remove all of her pubes from that entire sequence. That's why it's a big deal.
Hair by hair. Hair by hair.
The dream
This
weaver.
old guy opening up like the paper one day, like, what the fuck?
I would laugh if he came into the office next day and he had one pube coming out of his mouth. That would be hilarious. I got them all.
I know, it's impressive for the time, right? But yeah, there was one guy that was hired just to remove Sigourney Weaver's pubes from the movie.
That would be on the top.
That'd be great.
Every
You'd be like,
resume
I worked
have.
on Alien, and be like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
There.
I was the bushwhacker.
Yeah.
Someone's suggesting this should be a popcorn bucket.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, yes.
I want volume. I want it to hold as much popcorn as possible.
Yeah, that's why the
I
Xenomorph
agree.
head is
I
the
agree.
best. But the only thing with the Xenomorph head is it's going to be hard to butter everything.
It'd be funny if,
No, well, yeah, with that kind of attitude.
Yeah, not with
when you're scooping the popcorn out, you get all that stringy goo coming out.
Don't
the
be a
bottom.
quitter, Sammy. Come on.
Yeah, what was up with the trailer for the? They showed the commercial for the Xenomorph popcorn, and they had slathered it with like clear goo or syrup. What is that all about?
Hot.
Strange.
Let's go.
I was already.
They
I do not eat that fake butter garbage. It's
Well, here's
whatever the hell
thing.
that is.
It's not butter, okay? They know that
like
this is the
canola
year.
oil.
This is the year of the fuckable popcorn bucket, so it's all lube.
Yeah, it was
It's prime
KY.
marketing. Yeah.
Edible lube. Yeah, there you go.
Thank Christ for Ryan Reynolds. That
Vex.
Deadpool bucket. Oh my god.
Vex, only you could come on my channel and start talking about fuckable buckets, and it would seem normal. Like,
I told
Blame
Lance.
marketing.
Did you
I don't
guys
know.
see?
The Deadpool bucket's not as good as the Deadpool Xbox controller. That's
Oh
even
my
better.
god.
Agreed.
Yeah.
With the butt cheeks. Yep.
Got a butt
Yeah,
cheek
they
on
they
it.
have an Xbox controller, Lance, that has fully formed butt cheeks on the back. It's
Yeah, but
hilarious.
it's
do you have it, Gord? Do you have
Give
that?
one sec.
No, it's a sweepstake thing. You got to win it.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen a picture of it. It's the one with the tight red pants.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Gordon finds that to the panels. I told Lance this, to Vex and Sammy and Gooch. Did you see the promotion for Alien Romulus? They're actually releasing to certain screenings a VHS tape of Alien Romulus. It's just for
No.
I'll pull a picture for you. It's so badass look. It looks like an authentic.
It's like a tape with the actual
What is
whole
there?
movie on the tape, or is it just like a,
Give me a second. I'll look it up
box?
for you. Show to Lance.
It's the only controller that requires consent.
Yeah.
Ergonomic, ergonomic in your hand. Like
I'm getting my lawyers involved because like there's a gooch thing here.
Your thumbs are going to get right up that crack.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. How dare they?
This kind of reminds me of like a little chicken or something. I don't know, with the texture and the
It's kind of
lumps, I don't
cute,
know.
isn't it? It's not sexy. It's kind of cute. It's weird.
Cute, but extremely strange.
You guys are getting all these cool promos for all these movies, and Canada doesn't get those unless you like go to like some shitty theater in Toronto and risk getting either shat on or robbed. So
yeah, or both.
It's Toronto.
Hey, if it's a former, at least you've got a bucket for him.
I wasn't aware that Toronto was a high crime town.
Oh my god!
Yeah. Statistically, it's worse than New York City now officially.
Get the picture.
Joking, really?
Yeah.
No,
really
actually, statistically per capita, Winnipeg's the worst.
Yeah, also statistics don't matter anymore because crime.
Murder.
Yeah, tell the
statistics
Brown
don't matter anymore because crime doesn't get reported. So that's why it seems like it's lower than it should be.
Right.
Whoa, Sigourney Weaver.
Gord, when is your birthday, man?
My birthday's not until January. Although I guess my channel anniversary would be around this week.
What day in January?
The 11th.
God, that's 10 days before my birthday, as opposed to the one today. So for anybody who didn't catch up on that story, watch the beginning of this stream to explain I celebrate on the day I was adopted, which is today.
Or it's in your book as well, in 1988.
It is.
Yes.
Good plug, Vex.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Now available at all Amazon outlets.
My birthday's July 19th.
Oh, dude.
Wait a minute.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I was going to say yours is now.
There it is. There's the front cover of it.
That's
that's sick.
Oh, and look,
that's not a full tape there. That's what
they're putting out
on that. That's like a trailer or something on that tape.
And look at the back right there, though. Look how authentic that looks from a VHS.
What is
the
this
weathered
anyway?
edges.
It's a promotion item.
Yeah, this coming out. It's from 20th Century Fox. They said they're releasing it to certain screenings, and I don't know.
Yeah, it's all those special screenings or early screenings. The fan screenings usually get all the nice shit too.
When's
I
this
had
come out
some.
again?
August. Yeah.
August. Oh, sweet.
Dude, I had some hipster friends that are in a band and they were giving out their album on cassette tape. I'm like, that's great. How do I listen to this?
Yeah.
Fucking idiots.
Yeah, even when they hand out CDs now, and was like,
yeah, even CDs. I'm like,
I'll listen to it when I get home, I guess.
I gotta buy an external CD-ROM drive for my computer, a thumb drive, or whatever. Jeez.
Yeah, so not so good. So, Sammy, when's your birthday?
October 12th.
There you go.
So we're getting away from the December-January period now, which seems to be like everyone's birthday.
No, I'm October 25th. I'm a Scorpio for sure. Halloween, baby.
Nice.
Yeah,
I love having an October birthday.
Yeah, that whole week to Halloween is like rage time for me.
Melvin, we share a birthday?
Well,
oh, God, that means we were meant to be friends.
Or enemies.
Or
I'm glad I was able to facilitate.
There can be only one.
Aaron's asked if he can have his tenner back. Yeah, sure. Blue Collar Loser deals with my refunds department. So if you're right.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I'm buying cheap $10 bottles of whiskey.
Mate, do you know what? I don't think this is a bad thing when the apocalypse happens. As long as you've got batteries, you might be all
You'll
right.
be entertained, yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I can still play them. I just got to dust off an old device and plug it in and, whatever. It's annoying.
Yeah, I was going through my old CDs and I found Now, the original Now.
Wow.
Oh, what went like Now Volume 1?
Yeah,
that's what I call music.
Yep. Yeah, that's like 1982.
They have like 100 and something now. Yeah. They're up in the triple digits now. They still make them.
They really should be called Not Now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're only relevant for the week that they come out, and then they're sort of out of date.
Now that's what I call silence.
I think in Canada we had Dance Party Volume 1 and 2, and I think that's what we had here.
I missed those paid commercials that were showing off like, you know, some kind of tape compilation. It's either like old country music or dance hits or whatever. But they were always like, you're gonna love our 2-volume issue of the greatest songs,
the greatest love songs of all time.
Yeah, there you go.
So while I've got such an elite, technically minded panel on, I'm trying to work out how I can upload my mega cut of Bridge Too Far to a place where people can watch it.
Is it not? Can you not do it on Rumble?
Well,
6 gigs is the limit. I found out.
Can you just upload it to Twitter?
Yeah, Twitter.
Well, I tried doing that, but that was like no way. First of all, I don't have a pro account, so I'm guessing it's limited in terms of what I can upload. But
then
what's the maximum files you can upload to Twitter? Does anybody know?
I've seen 3-hour movies on Twitter.
Yeah.
But Lance's file is especially large. I would say I definitely.
How do you know
that? Wow!
Tell me about it.
It is my birthday.
But yeah, he had a 28 gig style AVI video QuickTime file, and then I told him to get it to MP4, and that reduced it to what, 8 gigs or something.
That one is, I think it's around 13. It's still because it's a
man.
3.5 hour long movie.
How about
is it 1080p? Maybe drop it down to 720 or something.
No. I did it.
Compress it.
I did it at 720.
Compress it more.
I mean, is there another fucking fly down here?
Oh my god!
I mean,
it's been like
Sammy.
Yeah.
What are they attracted to?
No, my wife doesn't know how to shut the door when she takes the dog out.
Stop blaming the wife.
How about this, Lance? Because there's a website for Outcast Creative, right?
There is actually at the moment.
So what you can do is just compress it into like a torrent file or something downloadable, and just post it on the website, and then promote it everywhere you can.
That's it. Well, my plan was to just like screen it one time so people could watch it for fun, and then like take it off, because I mean at the end of the day it's technically a breach of copyright. But I just thought it would be really fun to take most of the scenes from other movies that cover the same topic as Bridge Too Far, including Band of Brothers, and edit them all into Bridge Too Far, regrade, rescore the entire film, and make sure that the edits are as seamless as possible. Do new titles for all the locations so people can follow who's where and who they are and all of that kind of thing. And I redid the opening credits. If people are familiar with the movie, and they've actually now got they're all in the same font and everything, but they've actually now got all the new actors on board. So when it plays, I can probably get away with playing this bit actually. So it's now got all the cast of Band of Brothers on the front as well. And also some actors from some other film clips, which I also incorporated into it. So, but I managed to show 7 minutes of it on YouTube. There was a whole load of people watching, and then it just got blocked. And of course, I uploaded it to YouTube as well, and also that got blocked.
So hold on. Why can't you just have it stream it through StreamYard, but make it stream it to say Rumble and X, right? Just let people do a watch party like that.
Yeah,
then...
so you can do that's what I wanted to ask. So you can do a live stream like we're doing now.
Yes, that would be your best bet. Stream it to Rumble instead of upload it to Rumble.
Yeah, that was what I wanted to, because this is what I did originally. On their song.
Honestly, though, I've told you, man, you could probably get away. There's a 50-50 chance you can dispute it if you upload it and it gets copyright claimed. You can dispute it. I mean, worst case scenario, I mean, they block it, but a lot of times even if they reject your claim, the video will stay up.
So people that are familiar with the film or B.O.B. For example. So this is an example of where one bit goes from B.O.B. to Bridge Too Far.
Real quick, I'm gonna head out because I'm really hungry.
Yeah, I gotta
gonna
go
eat?
too.
I've got my
Gotta
porno
jump on
scene
Roman's
coming up
stream.
in just a sec. That was just
Sorry?
right up. I said I've got my porno scene coming up in just a sec, which is more.
Oh well,
That's not the kind of food I'm hungry for right now. At least I'm sorry.
Anyway, just to show you quickly, this established shot is from a different movie, not Bridge Too Far or Banner, and then we cut to this scene, which is from Bridge Too Far. So that's how I was kind of like editing it all together to give you an idea.
The super cut.
And just as people have got to leave, Atom Gray save the day.
Yep. I'm out of here.
Happy birthday to you.
Careful,
Yeah,
that's not being copyrighted.
You could all sing that before any of you leave.
What's up, everybody?
All right, Sam.
Hello. Chilling.
All right, I'll try and pop back in, but thank you for having me on, Lance.
Blue collar,
Happy
we have to
birthday
do
again.
one where we both
Try
have
and
our
come
red,
on,
white, and blue
try and
hats
pop
on.
in on Sunday if you can.
Oh, definitely Sunday. I will be there for you.
Because don't forget that's my 2-year. I'm at 3,500 subs at the moment. I'm trying to get up to 4. So
let these guys head out.
If people want to give me a birthday present, do a little plug for me. That'd be awesome on your social media, that kind of thing. And it's quite incredible. I just want to say before anyone has to leave, that I started this channel in what was without doubt one of the most difficult periods of my life. And divorce and other things had happened, and I was having really bad PTSD, and I was having flashbacks all the time. I mean, I couldn't go to sleep without having nightmares, which is why I kept staying up later and later. It wasn't just the acting coaching thing, although I was doing that as well. And doing collaborations with people on YouTube and kind of having this sort of whatever you want to call it, social, it is social, but this sort of social collaborative creative outlet, which YouTube has become for me, because I absolutely love talking about films and TV shows that I like. I mean, I've been passionate about films and TV shows all my life, but I'm also a really strong believer in the value of true friendships, and I've made some absolutely blinding friends on here. Present company, all included. Some of you I know very well, some of you I'm just getting to know, but you're all welcome on my channel anytime. And anytime I'm doing something that you're really interested in, you should never hesitate to contact me. And if I've got room for you, I'll bring it on. I don't want it to be like Friday Night Tights with 20 people talking at the same time.
Nobody wants that.
But I love having kind of constructive discussions, but it's also just been great making new friends. And I know if I go online late and I'm feeling a bit out of sorts, there's usually a stream I can jump on and talk to someone about, how great the new Star Wars show is or whatever.
Lance, you're always welcome on MMM. It's an open door for you.
Yeah, no, I know. But I just want to thank you all before everyone's, I know some people have got to go. So just wanted to say thanks very much.
Nance, I just wanted
to
wish
support me without
birthday.
realizing it in more ways than you can probably appreciate. So just wanted to say it's meant a lot to me.
Thank you, Lance.
Happy birthday, buddy. I got immense respect for you, and I'm looking forward to hanging out with you guys. Love everybody on the panel. See y'all soon.
Yeah.
Man,
Lots of love for all of you. Again, happy birthday, Lance. All right.
Thank you.
Enjoy your lentil cure curry.
All right. I'm not going just yet because Atom's only just arrived. So, got to hang out with him.
Yeah.
I owe you a beer.
You do.
The stream sucks.
I don't drink beer, though, so it's got to be wine or cocktails.
Well, I'll get your cocktail. That's my preference.
Hey, Blue Collar doesn't drink beer either.
Yeah, who does?
Let's just
most men
go around our company here. Golden Age. How long have you been YouTubing for, and when did you start?
Well, I've had my channel since like 2016, but I wouldn't consider like my creator journey to have been 8 years. I randomly just put up like montages of things and like little bits now and again, nothing really involving commentary on my part. Yeah, things like that. Right. But I think it was around 2 or so years ago I decided to start talking about entertainment properly. So I consider it like this is around 2 years.
Yeah, we were doing live stream performances from kind of the lockdown 2020 onwards. Before that, my channel was really only there for the last feature film I did, so there was a few bits for that. But yeah, so it's the same thing. I consider it to be the 2-year anniversary of the version the channel is now, as opposed to kind of when I started a YouTube account. So I hear exactly what you're saying. Atom, what about you, man?
Well, the lockdowns and everything was a very bad time for me, and I basically lost everything.
Sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah. So I get what you're saying about the community, and I agree with you 100%. I had tried to start a personal YouTube channel, but my life was so messed up that nobody wanted to hear about it. And so about 3.5 years ago, Barbara and I started putting public domain movies up on a new channel, just old Bela Lugosi movies and stuff like that. And
cool.
We're just sort of building up the backbone of the channel. And then I started live streaming 46 weeks ago.
Okay. Wow, that's precise.
I haven't missed an episode.
Before I ask the same question of Gord King, who's definitely not Michael Cera, we have to hum the Star Trek theme tune. Because anti-derivative jealousy. Who's got the best Star Trek channel on YouTube, in my opinion.
Jill. Hurricane Jill in the house.
Yeah.
Hurricane Jill. Yes, you remember from, yes, that was a good live stream. Stupendo, thank you. I've never had anybody else say that I have the best Star Trek channel, and that means a lot.
It's true. It's true.
It is true. You put the red in the Star Trek security uniform and make it fun. So, you know, it's great. I'm really glad you were able to pop on, because I don't know if you heard what I just said about what YouTube collaborations have meant to me, but you proper offered me the olive branch where that's concerned, because I've been on your channel quite a few times now, and consider that quite a privilege to come on with your gang, who are way more knowledgeable of Star Trek than I am, even though I do have 400 chips in the other room, but still don't consider myself.
You know enough to hang out. You're amazing. You're awesome, and you know so much about so many other things that I'm still learning myself about.
Well, someone has to keep tabs on Blue Collar's romance life. These facts are important to the world. I mean, I'm still waiting.
I'm going through my Star Trek journey for the first time. I think it was about a year ago I started with the original series, and now I'm currently at the upper part of season 5 of TNG. And I know so far it's going
season 1, which is good. Once you get through season 1, it's all downhill.
Yeah, dude. Whenever I watch TNG, it makes me crave Reuben sandwiches so bad, because that's what I was eating a lot when I was watching it for the first time, and it just like they belong together. I don't know why.
Sorry, Golden Age. Finish. So you're on season 5.
Yeah, and Star Trek was always a franchise that I'd heard people talk about, but I never really, I wasn't really exposed to it a lot, so I didn't really feel a need to watch it. But then I thought, I'm kind of out of things to watch. I'll give Star Trek a go. And I tend to like to dedicate myself when I'm watching things. So I don't really like to watch different series at once. So I thought, right, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to actually watch all this. So I watched the original series, then I watched the movies and then TNG, and I've had such and actually what I did after I watched the original series, I watched the Star Trek Continues series that Vic Mignogna did. I was told that I should watch those, and absolutely fantastic. Yeah, they are.
Yeah. That's exactly how I reviewed it. I reviewed the TOS. I reviewed the original series, and then I reviewed Continues, because it is a very faithful fan fiction, if there ever was one. And it's amazing.
Really, some of which are based on outlines for scripts that they never did, and that's great. Show. Aaron's asking, what about the animated Star Trek series? That's a good point. That was out in
that's the 70s.
Yeah, it was early 70s, wasn't it? And a couple of people returned to do the voices. That's the one where they've got the lizard man on the bridge, like a gaunt-looking guy.
Actually, they weren't going to have the full bridge crew back, but Leonard Nimoy wouldn't do it unless they offered it to the rest of the crew. except they couldn't get Chekhov. They couldn't get Walter Koenig.
Right. Why was that?
Oh, why was that? I think that's when they ran out of budget. They just couldn't afford him to. So that's how we got Eric's, the navigation officer that has 3 legs and 3 arms.
Right.
He's an orange guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, you should watch the animated series too, because it's just really great. It's the reason why it's good is because it's still Star Trek. It's not played down like a kiddie show. It's the showrunner is basically DC Fontana, and her objective, she told everybody who wrote for it, write it as if it's a live action Star Trek show.
Right.
And
yeah, I managed to catch quite a few episodes, and no, it absolutely did feel faithful to the original series, and it did feel like a proper continuation. And I had a blast watching those episodes as well. I didn't really think it was going to be as good because, as you say, a lot of people think like the animated series is going to be dumbed down. It's going to be, but no, it's absolutely in the same vein as the live action stuff.
Damn, Uhura looks even sexier than in the.
She looks pretty good.
Lance has such a type. It's awesome.
Come on. Look, lots of people fancied Uhura back in the day. So, God rest her.
And what's incredible is that in the Star Trek Writer's Guide Bible, it says that Uhura is 4th in command, but we never get to see her on the bridge. Not where she's on the bridge, but not in command as captain, the acting captain, or anything. We see Scotty a lot of times, but in the animated series, we finally get it. We finally get it in the animated series.
Oh, okay.
Look at this, Jill. You've only been here for 2 minutes, and there's already a major Star Trek discussion.
Who does the animation? It looks like Hanna-Barbera like style.
Yeah,
it's Filmation.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
they do the Johnny Quest. I think.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember first time I watched TNG, I was going to art school and growing herb out of my master bedroom, and every 11 weeks we had to trim like 20 pounds of herb. And I remember like we would just burn through whole shows, and yeah, we started watching TNG, and specifically the Data episode in season 2, Measure of a Man. That was where both me and my friend were like, this show's amazing. We just started getting really into it after that. And yeah, some fantastic episodes in that show.
Here's an interesting bit. They let Chekhov write an episode of this, apparently.
That's true. That's the episode where you get giant Spock. So maybe that one's a little bit silly, but I enjoyed it still. It's kind of cool because you get aliens who are also plant creatures that can walk around.
Okay, that sounds like Day of the Triffids. We've got Copa, baby daddy, is in the chat.
Yo,
actually, I need to give Copa a special shout out because Copa was the person who. There's a funny story about how Copa and I met, which was Copa was bitching about Avatar. I put my hand up. I really liked the first Avatar movie. Second one, not so much, but I'm a big fan of the first movie, and he hates it. He was bitching about it in my chat, and I said, "Why don't you come on and talk to me about it, and let's talk about why you don't like it and why I like it." And so we had a very civilized discussion. Take note, world. Became friends as a result. As a result of which I got invited onto Canoli's stream, through which I met Gord and Gooch. Atom, I can't remember which segue you came in from.
I elbowed my way into your game show.
Oh, yeah. That's right. You were on the quiz.
Right. Yeah, on the quiz show.
We might be having a quiz on Sunday if I can.
You have to. Defending champs.
Okay. All right, then.
Defending champs.
Yeah. There's a chance that there'll be a quiz on Sunday of some sort.
So tough to find other people's channels. Adam Gray, what is the name of your channel?
Oh, it's on my my subheader under my name. It's B-roll stage. It's a little confusing because Adam
Most
Gray
people refer to it as B-sub.
That's okay.
B-sides is our live stream.
Yeah,
but it's at B-roll stage on every platform.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now, Michael Sarah, Gord King, has to pop off soon because, of course, when you have to, go on a movie set, you have to get up very early.
A movie set. Whoa, that's awesome.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, sorry, I shouldn't mention it. Sorry, Gord.
It's all a bit of a running joke.
I'm always talking too much.
It's
Gord, do you want to plug anything before you go, man, or say anything deeply moving?
Well, let's see. I'll be on MMM on Monday and in perpetuity. I have been made into a permanent co-host, so anybody comes in on MMM, I will be there from here on. I also have a video dropping on my meme channel tomorrow at about 5:00 Eastern, and I am currently working on something of a satirical comedic movie review. I've been kind of, workshopping like a shorter review structure, and it's gonna be something more in the lines of, being a little funny and whatnot. So if you're familiar with the video game channel Modest Pelican, if you've ever seen that guy's videos, it'll kind of be in a similar vein to that, which I find him quite funny. So that's what you have to look forward to.
Wicked. Well, if you can pop on the 2-year anniversary on Sunday,
I will be in the chat for that, but that is during my work hours, unfortunately.
Oh,
I will definitely be listening and hanging out in the chat, definitely.
Yeah, Gladiator 3: Return of the Pumpkin shooting on Sunday, so demanding times.
Yeah.
But listen, man, I always enjoy talking to you. Every time I talk
Same.
to you, we always have a laugh, and I'm glad to be your friend. And again, you're always welcome. So, and sorry you're not doing your own lives anymore, but it's good to get work-life balance. Is very, very important, man.
Absolutely. But yeah, I appreciate you having me here, and happy birthday, Lance. And
thanks,
congratulations on doing this for a couple of years. You're doing an awesome job.
Oh, bless you. Well, I've got to say goodbye to a few other people. So Baby Platoon has also got to go. I feel like I'm only just getting to know
Later,
him.
y'all.
Thanks, Gordy.
Hey, Gord.
Golden Age, did you want to plug anything while you're here?
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you for having me, and happy birthday. As for me, I will just be doing regular videos on my channel, primarily around Doctor Who, because that's where I think my area of expertise lie. So that's all that will be happening from me. But I know that you have your Sunday stream. I did mention before that I do have another stream that was scheduled before, which is happening exactly when your stream is happening. But I will, if there's any sort of change in the scheduling or we end early, then I'll make sure to pop on.
Sure.
Because yeah, it'll be great. And as you say, it's very important that we're all building connections with different creators, and all coming together to share our love for pop culture. So I can only repay that by hopping on the stream whenever I can. But yeah, thank you for having me, and it's been great talking to all of you.
Before you disappear, you reminded me, and I don't know whether it was you and I that spoke about this, but at some point I do want to do a top 5 Doctor Who villains stream, and I'm debating kind of excluding the Daleks from that, which obviously would be number one for most people, but that's something I do want to do at some point. So if and when, you've got to be on it, because you're obviously a Doctor Who authority. So, although I have to say, I only got through half an episode of the last season, and that was all I could handle.
Don't blame you.
Yeah, it was very difficult, and I understand that it's all up in the air about what's happening with it at the moment. And they've already shot the next season, though. The next season's already shot.
Yeah, they did those back to back, but we don't really have any news on season 3. I think recently there was a Disney leak, and Doctor Who's now classed as a low priority series, so that's not really looking good. But to be fair, I would rather that it gets put on ice for around 10 to 15 years, and then it comes back afterwards with a new creative team with a different vision, so that we can have a proper fresh start.
I think that's I mean, minimum 5-year break I think would be good, because we did get some very good seasons of this new era, and now it's all going a bit Sylvester McCoy now, so we need to put the brakes on it. All right, thanks, Golden Age. Great to have you on, mate. And
nice to meet you, Golden Age.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Just subscribed.
Yeah, all right.
Thank you.
Got a sub. Excellent. All right, I'll take you out. So did anyone else have to go? I think someone else had to go.
Yeah, I got to bounce there, Lance.
Everyone's leaving.
Well, I got to
not me, Lance.
Oh,
yeah.
So Gooch, you've got to head out.
Yeah, I got to get ready for my show in a couple hours here.
Can't wait.
Yeah,
cool.
we're doing Demon
What are
Slayer
you-
episode 8, 9.
What are you doing?
Demon Slayer. Thursday nights is anime night, so we're doing Demon Slayer right now, and we're doing episodes.
That's a show on Netflix, isn't it? Because I think I've
Yep.
seen the.
It's actually on Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Can you give us a quick pitch?
Basically, a brother loses his father, and the family is relying on him to do a lot of the work for the family. And he goes to the village, and while he's gone to the village, a demon kills and murders the whole family, but leaves his sister alive, who's about a year or two younger, and she is partially turned into a demon, and he's now fighting out to find a way to turn her back human, and he goes through training and all these special tasks to become a demon slayer, to take out demons and find a cure for his sister.
What's happening here in this image here?
That would be something very special for other people to look at. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
Hey.
But it's really, really cool. There's like, it gets the story arcs get really, really intense.
The animation's breathtaking. So
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do find this style of animation works for certain stories, but for others, I find it quite hard going. So, but I feel like on your recommendation, I should definitely give it a go. Clearly,
yeah. I mean, for Lance, the biggest thing is they mix animation with CGI in the show, and the camera angles. It's awesome to watch.
It's wild. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And last night I had a Fire and Ice, the 1983 cult classic.
The Ralph Bakshi
and Frazetta. Yeah. Adam was there. Yeah, we had a blast. That was a lot of fun reviewing that. We had a couple of animators on with us, Alan again and his girlfriend Julie, who are going to be coming back and doing some other reviews with us. And then, of course, Tuesday nights is the X-Men 97 reviews. And that's been going very well. We've had Bo DeMeo on. We've had Matthew Watterson. And actually, Matthew wants to come back on. So, I mean, and I have a few other people that are wanting to come on the channel and that are in the business. So it's been awesome, talking animation. I love it.
I've got director Neil Marshall from Dog Soldiers coming on at the end of the month, 29th of July.
I like that movie.
Yeah, so he's going to be a great guest. I bumped into him in person 2 summers ago, actually. So it's taken a while to get it sorted, but I'm glad to be getting him on finally. And this Sunday is the last Band of Brothers, and then from the following Sunday onwards, we're doing 2 episodes of Spartacus: Blood and Sand a week. So
nice.
Yeah. Oh, $20 super chat from Sandy Q. Sandy, let me know if you want to come in. I'll send you the link.
But I do have to bounce quickly. I'm just going to announce we're doing Ninja Scroll next Wednesday. That'll be I got a great panel for that one. That's going to be a lot of fun. And so,
Blue, have you got to go as well? You said you got to prep something.
Well, he's hosting, so he's got to do more prep than I do. I'm just watching.
Oh, okay. So you can just turn up.
But happy birthday, Lance! Thanks, will make it in for Sunday, and everyone take care. Nice meeting you, Jill. Adam,
what is it was nice meeting you, but what is the name of your channel?
Oh, it's Diabolical Souls Presents.
Yeah. Don't search Gooch on YouTube.
Don't Google Gooch.
I'll put
go ahead and do that.
It was very unsuccessful. So
that was my mistake. Yes.
You already
and down the rabbit hole.
It was very nice meeting you, Jill.
On that note, Gooch, I'll take you out. Oh,
that's funny.
Quite a lot of people have popped in. This has been really nice. I was only expecting a couple of guys. So,
Lance, I think my wife Barbara's going to hop on in a little bit to say hello.
Is that Miss Martin's Muses?
No, it's Barbara Lawrence. She is the Hollywood star for an icon. Yeah. So she may drop by.
Oh, well, she'd be very welcome. That'd be excellent. So she's got the link, has she?
Yeah, she does. She's got it on Twitter.
Okay, cool. Excellent. Yeah, fab. So, Jill, how are you getting on with For All Mankind?
I'm doing really well. The last episode I reviewed Hi Bob and Rupture, and so those episodes they were a little more melodramatic, ripped my heart apart. But overall it's been a lot of fun.
The ending
it was
of
really, really
Hi Bob.
strange timing for Hi Bob. Because Bob Newhart just passed.
God, yeah. Yeah.
After my show.
God, that's right. Well, he had a long and, extremely well-liked and illustrious career. So, hey, if we all get to live till we're 94 and we can say that's something, isn't it?
That's a lot of somethings. Although, unfortunately, much of what he did missed my radar. So I've got a lot of episodes to watch. I didn't catch the Bob Newhart show or the other one he did in the 90s.
Right.
Although I did watch The Rescuers. He plays Bernard, the little mouse.
Yeah. I like The Rescuers. That's a good little film. It's much better than The Secret of Nim, which they sort of felt like they were writing as they went along. By the way, for Beverly Hills Cop fans in the house, so I follow Bronson Pincott on Twitter. I've asked him to come on. I haven't got a response yet. But
cool. I heard he was in the new Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah, he keeps doing short Twitter videos as Serge. Cool. But he wasn't getting asked enough interesting questions as the character of Serge. So this video, he says he's not going to do them anymore, right? So underneath that, I post, okay, I've got a question for you. Serge accidentally gets transported back in time to Berlin, 1937. Hitler asks Serge to design the Nazi uniforms. What does he do? I mean, that's a good scenario, isn't it?
I like it.
I said that could be the plot for the next Beverly Hills Cop movie. And
yeah, he designs them with a little twist of lemon.
With a twist of lemon. Twist of lemon. Barbara, welcome to the channel.
Barb. Thank you so much for having me. Hey guys.
Yo.
And Mrs.
You're very welcome. You be careful what you say because I heard your partner might be listening in. So just
he's just a ghost. It's fine.
Okay. There's not much I can do in the material world.
He's transparent.
I now have visions of Atom Gray, like literally actually being trapped as a ghost in the machine. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I don't show up on camera, so that's how the whole joke started.
Right.
God, he's an AI.
Barbs, it's your first time on the channel, I think, right?
Yes. Yes, it is.
So you have the same name as my late mother.
Yes. Yeah, you mentioned that when I was on Luke's channel once before. Yeah, it was very pleased to share a fantastic name.
Well,
it is a good name.
I do miss my parents a little bit, so always like to think about them when in the positive memories, of course. Do you know what? I consider myself, because I was explaining earlier that I celebrate my birthday on the day that I was adopted. I actually went to meet my real mum when I was in my 20s. Made it very, very clear to having tracked her down that I wasn't there to lay any blame. I was just curious to understand my roots and just wanted to get to know her. And she was old school white South African. And I traveled 7 hours on a coach to go and see her. I know that's like minuscule time in American standards, but in the UK, that's like an epic journey. That's like in UK terms, it's New York to LA. Okay. And when I got off at the bus stop, it was in the middle of nowhere. And she was 45 minutes late, even though it was only 10 minutes down the road from her. And finally, she turned up in this kind of like mustard colored Datsun. I thought, oh, this must be her because there's no one else there. Wound down the window, stuck her head out and went, you're a bit skinny, aren't you? You're nothing like your brother. And those were the first words out of her mouth. And I was like, oh,
wow,
this is going to go well.
Wow.
When I got in the car, I'd been told that I had this brother called Jake, who I've never met. And I always really, really, really wanted to have a brother. Now, of course, I've met blue collar losers, so I've got more brothers than I need. But
yeah.
But always growing up, I didn't have a brother. I always really wanted one. And so I was so excited about meeting him. And she'd also told me that both my grandparents were still alive, and she was going to tell them about me. So I was kind of excited about that, and so on. So when we're in the car, I was saying, so is Jake going to meet us tomorrow? Oh, well, yeah, I told him about you, and he didn't react well. He wanted to wish you good luck, but yeah, he decided he doesn't want to have anything to do with you. And I was like, oh,
ouch.
No.
And then I said, so I was trying to sort of keep upbeat and positive, and it was, like I said, about a 15-minute drive to the town she lived in. So what about, how did the grandparents, how did your parents handle the news about me? Yeah, well, I decided, they're getting on a bit, and I decided against telling them about you. It's all a bit too complicated, and I just think, best that I don't tell them. So I was like, I had to kind of respect that, because that was all up to her. The other thing that I wanted to find out was about my dad, right? Because I knew my dad was in a band, and that he was one of the people in the band, because that was all in my adoption folder. So I said, so what about my father? What can you tell me about him? Oh, yeah, well, I don't want to talk about that, because that's part of my past, and don't want to go back down that road. When she said that was when I was like, yeah, but that's also part of my past. So, maybe we can talk about it. Anyway, I got that information out of her later. And then when we got to the house, she was like, right, yeah, don't really know what to say to you now. And I said, well, I don't know what to say either, because every time I try to make a conversation, you don't want to talk about it. And that was as good as it got. And that was the two of the longest days of my life. And then I had her boyfriend at the time, this Welsh guy, going, now I'm with Di, you see, and people say blood's thicker than water, but I'm with Di, and if you upset her, and it sort of like took me to one side, basically kind of softly explaining that he was going to beat the shit out of me if I took a foot wrong. Not in those exact words, but pretty much like that. And so when I got back from that trip, there's a happy end to this story, and it's this. I went back to my home. I called my parents, who I consider my parents, the people that brought me up, Barbara and Gunnar. And Mum answered the phone like she always did. And I was like, Mum, get Dad on the extension. Why? What's wrong? Nothing's wrong, Mum. Just get Dad on the extension. I've got something I want to say to both of you. So Dad's on the extension. I said, Dad, are you there? He's not there. And I said, I've never said this to you before, so I want to say it now. You two did an amazing job bringing me up, and I really appreciate the fact that you are my parents. And I just wanted to say that to you, and that you could hear them both like burst into tears on the phone, And I didn't tell them why I told them that, because they didn't know I was going to see my mum, until about 5 years later, when I was down at their house and having dinner with them, and I told them that story. And they said to me that like meant so much to them, and they talked about that phone call for like years, apparently. So, I mean, we all tell our parents that we love them, but that's making that statement's a bit different, isn't it? Because they adopted me, and adoptions can go wrong, and it doesn't always work out. And then, of course, as I got older in life, and I got to hear everybody else's parents' stories, their upbringings, and people that have gone through divorces and broken families and stuff like that. That was when I really appreciated just how lucky I'd been, and that I had an amazing dad who always went all out for Christmas, always went all out with Christmas decorations and, creating all this mad stuff. One time he built this little miniature mountain range with a cave that opened up, and a train came out the cave and it had the presents on the back of it.
Oh wow!
You know, who gets that like for Christmas? You know, he built me a castle as well. He built me a castle for my birthday one time, and I mean, you know, I'm not saying they were perfect all the time, as wasn't I, but yeah, it was fun time. Let me do my. Hey, have we got time for some super chats? Let me just read.
Well, your parents were lucky too, Lance.
Yeah.
Oh, bless you. This one seems from somebody who sounds familiar. Barbara Lawrence. Never heard of her. I don't think she's been on the channel before.
She sounds cute.
$9.99. Happy birthday, Lance. Thank you very much.
I don't know why my phone doesn't allow me to do like even numbers for some reason. It always cuts me off at like $9.99, $1.99.
I know that you meant to put $99.99. It's fine.
It's a typo.
Lord Toxic, the restraining order is still in place. But happy birthday, brother! I got a small gift for you. Now he said that last time, but the gift was very large. Would you do more? But would do more, but need bail money soon. Cheers. See you Sunday.
He mentioned an autograph earlier. Is that a running joke or is that a real thing?
I think that is a running joke, and
okay.
But yeah, that's very kind. Yeah. So sorry, that was a bit of a personal side story there. I don't know how we even.
No worries.
No, Lance, I
it
really
was
appreciate
lovely.
it.
I brought a tear to my eye.
And that was a wonderful gesture for your adopted parents that they didn't even know that you had been through that, and you said some wonderful things to them. So that's a great story.
Yeah, and I mean that too, because your parents did get lucky. Because like I know 2 guys who were adopted, and they had the nicest foster parents, and they treated them like shit, and they eventually got disowned and became homeless, and both of them died of drug overdoses like not long ago after being homeless for a while. You know, it's like it's crazy. So sometimes
I take it that story doesn't have a happy ending.
I just said the story, no happy ending. You know,
no.
I remember when I was a kid, I'd be like, you know, my friend Cody just, you know, fuck you, mom, dad, and the foster dad come in and be like, what's your problem? You know, the mom's like crying on it. He's sitting there like, dude, you should be nicer to your parents, dude. It's like, what the hell? Jesus.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, we only get them once, don't we? And I lost my dad in. Funny enough, my dad got dementia in 2008. Had to go into a home, which I didn't agree with, but I lived quite far from them, and I said to Mum, you know, if he goes in, he's never coming out. And she said to me later it was a mistake. She should have never put him in there, but she was having trouble coping. At that point, I probably should have moved back in with them, but I think I was in the middle of directing a play or something. And then so we all thought my dad was going to be the one that was going to go first. And then it was coming to the end of 2008. So he'd been in the home for about half a year at this point. I'll never forget this. It was December the 1st. She got diagnosed with cancer, and she sort of said, well, you know, there's good news and there's bad news. And I said, well, what's the good news? Well, you know, I've got 2 types of cancer. They're not, you know, I said, well, that's not good. She's like, what's the bad news? Well, the bad news is that they're both likely to be stage 3 or stage 4. I was like, Mum, none of this news is good. Sorry, what's the good bit again? And they gave her 3 to 6 months. She didn't want any chemo, and literally 3 months she was gone, and passed away on 1st of February 2009. And the friend of mine, Angela Thomas, who my movie's about, if you watch my movie on the YouTube channel, you can see it for free. It's called The Journey. Not a perfect film by any means, but that one of the characters in that film is based on me and what I was going through in the year 2009. And the whole reason I ended up going to Greece was because not only did I lose my mum that year, but Angela had a brain aneurysm. She died. She was in hospital for a week, died within a week. And I was the last person to see her alive. And that scene is in the film of me. The last time I saw her, we recreated it, which was very, very difficult to film. And I lost my dad's twin brother. He died 2 days after her. So it was like,
good God.
Yeah, it was a lot of grief in a very short space of time. So, that was how I ended up. I ended up talking to a stranger on the internet, and in some. Do you remember those old MSN chat rooms? Do you remember those?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was in one of them, venting about what happened. Like, how is it suddenly I've lost this person, this person, this person? Was I the commandant of Auschwitz in a previous life, and no one told me, or what's going on? And this chat window, you know, the little chat windows that used to, little chat boxes would pop up, and this chat box popped up, and this dude said, well, I assume it was a dude, said, oh, it sounded like a guy, said, I'm typing from a hammock in this hotel called Rosie's Little Village. I'll get some pictures of it up for you so you guys can see it. And he said, the couple that run this hotel are really awesome. They've let me sleep in the hammock because I missed the last boat back to the mainland. Mate, I've been listening to you talk about your friend and your mum. Trust me, you should come here. And to cut a long story short, that conversation took place on the Sunday, and by Wednesday morning, I was on that island.
Wow.
And I'd never been to Greece before. I'd never sort of had the inclination to go there. And I've got a great picture of the hotel for you. I can even show you the room. And the first, I had to spend a night in Piraeus, which is this horrible part of Athens where the port is, because I took a night flight, sort of Monday to Tuesday night, got there late Tuesday or something, so I couldn't get a boat until the Wednesday morning. So on the Tuesday night, I had to stay in this hotel. It was the only one I could find a room in, and the room was literally the size of a cupboard. You know, your feet were almost kind of resting on the toilet kind of thing. And this girl got stuck in the lift. It had one of those old lifts in the morning. She got stuck in it, and it kept going up and down. You know, those old ones in the middle with the wire frame that goes across the door. And but this is the place. And my room was that door up there.
Oh, it's lovely.
Yeah, just there. That was my room. And
I want to go to there.
Yes, I would like to be there also.
It's a really small island called Agistri, and we did shoot part of the movie there. There's a couple of shots there, but we got a hotel offered us their hotel for free. So we went and we had that one for accommodation, and then they had a second hotel they were doing up, and the one that they were doing up was the one that we doubled for Rosie's in the film. And we actually had a sign that said Rosie's Little Village on this set, and they got so upset with us, we had to CGI that sign out of the movie because they wanted us to use their hotel name because they'd sponsored us. So I mean, which was understandable, but it was just I wanted to name it after.
Wait, who got upset with you? The production?
No, when we were shooting the movie, we weren't able to film it here because this place is always fully booked.
Sure.
So, even low season, which is when we went to Greece.
Oh, your location got upset.
So, yeah, the location, the owners of the hotel, they gave us it was understandable. They gave us 2 hotels for free, but in my head, I was just like, oh, I've got to name it after Rosie's because that was an integral part of the story for me, upon which the whole narrative was based, you know. Yeah, but so you can see there's a couple of shots of Rosie's in it, but we mainly filmed on the island across the water, which is Egina. Egina's got a temple on it, but they wouldn't let us film in the temple for less than €3,000, and the film only had a budget of about $30,000. So we were like, bugger that. So Sandy's saying, let's go, rent out the house, I'll meet you there.
Yeah, let's go.
Well, it's not a house, it's a hotel. These are all rooms. But you can get houses that you can rent, like Airbnbs. But it is a really peaceful island. It's not too touristy. The only thing that the only problem that it does have in the summer is it gets a lot of flies. You are kind of batting them away, but they made these most amazing salads. at this place. The food and their restaurant. Yeah, there you go. That's one of them.
Kiwis.
All right.
Yeah, I'll have one.
Yeah, tastes as good as it looks. Trust me.
That looks amazing.
Oh, it's incredible. Yeah. So, Jill, Star Trek convention. Hold it here at this Star Trek convention, Mediterranean shore leave, Star Trek convention 20 or whatever.
If they'll let us dress up the lobby as the bridge, yeah, that'll be great.
Yes, and we'll invite all the good Star Trek actors from the good series.
Well, talking of people who live in exotic locations, we're getting communications from Thunderbird 5 that Outcast Australia's in the house.
Yo!
Are you near like Sydney Bridge or something spectacular that you can show us in the background, Gary? Oh, you are!
No.
Look at that!
No, I'm not. I'm nowhere near it.
No, I can see.
Oh, hang on. No. Don't. There's nothing there, and there's nothing here either. There's nothing here. No, there's nothing here either. I'm just an underpaid, underworked actor, just begging for money.
Say hello to my Italian relatives down there.
It's quite bizarre.
Gary.
You've got the Sydney Harbour Bridge, the Opera House, and a Stalingrad factory located immediately behind you. What a combination!
We're full of locations here.
Gary, I was saying,
how unfortunate for you to be in such a desolate place. I'm so sorry. My God, that's amazing.
I know.
Dude, Gary, I was saying your intro song for Tuesday's Nielsen ratings was great, and I said this twice. You sound just like Trey Anastasio when you sing from Fish. You sound just like the singer from Fish, dude. It's crazy. You should sing.
I'm going to nod like I know who that is.
He's a good guitar player.
He's a lovely man, I'm sure.
It's a huge compliment, Gary. Of course.
Of course. Fish, as in Marillion? No.
PHISH, as in hippies. Yeah.
No, different band.
Mate, sorry, yes, Depenzo, when you were saying Gary sounded like the singer from Fish, I thought you meant Marillion. That's who I thought.
No,
you
right.
meant.
No.
Oh,
you guys should listen to some Trey sing, and you'll be like, dude, it does sound like Gary. It's crazy.
I was just nodding along with him. I was saying, yeah, okay, Gary Marillion, I can see that. I mean, you look a bit like him. So there's a
Where all my jam band fans at? Come on. No, I'm just kidding.
Mate,
there you go.
Thanks for popping on. I know you're sending me that boomerang in the post for a birthday present.
Yeah.
Looking forward to getting it. So.
It's just gonna go right back to him.
Well, bombs. Yes, the things I do to get the shot, lads.
Look at that spectacular backdrop. You've got the sun's come out. You've got spectacular clouds going on. It's like amazing.
And it's fucking freezing. Okay, admittedly not by Northern Hemisphere standards. I'm sure it's a lovely, mild summer's day there, but for here, it's a bit cold.
Mate, I was able to wear shorts and a t-shirt in London today in the evening.
Oh, well, there you go.
So our 2 days of summer have finally arrived.
Oh, well.
Today and tomorrow, and then apparently it rains again. So,
right. Lap it up, I say.
Well, Gary, Barbara and I will be down for Christmas. How's that sound?
I'm putting on the kettle.
Well, thank you, mate.
Cup of tea, left, right, and center.
So, Gary, I've got the second year anniversary stream on Sunday. I know you won't be able to be there because you'll be sound asleep, but you'll be getting a special mention, however, for your massive contribution to the channel.
Yes. I mean, I love you dearly, Lance, but I'm not getting up at 1 a.m.
I feel like the panel should see some of your work, Gary.
Oh, okay. All right. Put the new intro on.
I'm just going to check. Well, not so much that one. I was thinking more that maybe in Gary's other personas, he takes on the role of an American producer. When we were interviewing the cast and crew of The Thing, the musical, and the producer was kind enough to send us some clips of some of the cast having a bit of a sing-song.
Shotgun and a can of bass. Pensacola feeling, I got something to say. I'm gonna save the world, I'm gonna save it today. Oh yeah, let's go save the world, boys. Grab your guns and your ammo. What's that? We're out of ammo? Flamethrowers will do. Do nicely. America.
That's all from the Thing the musical, starring the Muppets,
that's
which we did a full
stuff.
review of on the channel.
I love that show. That was so much fun.
You know what's crazy is I first met Lance and Gary on the other Thing stream. They were talking about just the Thing in general, the movie, both movies, and yeah, I don't remember how I got invited to that, but yeah, met all you guys then, whenever that was.
Yeah, that funny enough, that was right around the time I also did the Thing Happy Hour with Critical Drinker on his channel. They were both within a few weeks of each other.
Yeah.
Because right after I'd done mine, he was like, "Hey, do you want to come on and talk about the Thing?" And I was like, "Again, yeah, okay." Obviously, big different audience. Sandy, I'm trying to think what the best way is to send you the link. I can't remember if she's on my Facebook or if I've got her email or. I guess I could just put it in the chat and risk all.
Put it in the chat honor system. Only Sandy come in.
Yeah, you don't have to let anyone in that you don't want.
That's true.
She have a Twitter account?
I don't know if.
Oh, it looks like she does have a Twitter.
Yeah.
Here,
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I think she is on my Twitter, right?
Okay.
Is that right, Jill? Am I remembering that correctly?
Well, I only just met her today in the chat, but I found her instantly.
Well, Sandy's been around for a while.
Yeah, but YouTube hides all of the good
I've
stuff.
got
Yeah.
Yeah, let me drop. She came on some of my American Civil War stuff, so I've been playing a different game recently and designing maps and scenarios for it, which has been lots of fun. So Sandy's got the link. So Gary, what are you up to today down under?
Not too much, mate. I'm having a veritable day off in the awful weather. Feel for me.
Yes,
that's
my
here,
sympathies.
We feel for you terribly, Gary. And by that I mean not at all.
Indeed. I indeed, quite right. Yeah.
Well, we have to choose what
I'd
next.
say hello.
We have to choose
what
what
to review next.
What next fictional film we're going to do. I know Barbara's got to head out. Her son is giving her stink eye.
Take a poll. Put it in
That's
the chat.
a good idea, actually. Do you know what? I'll tell you what. We can actually create a poll for that right now. Let me just say goodbye to Babs. Barbara, thanks ever so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me, Lance. I hope I can do this again sometime with a little bit longer time frame.
That's fine. You're around at all on Sunday when
I hope you have a wonderful, happy birthday.
Thank you very much. If you're around at all on Sunday when I do my 2-year anniversary, pop on that.
Oh yeah, that would be great.
If not, I'm sure there's another time. And if you're a fan of Spartacus, we're looking for extra guests on that.
Who
So,
isn't?
well, this is the Blood and Sand one, the one that was made in the 2000s, as opposed to Tony Curtis. Yeah, it's the one with lots of nudity and wieners.
Okay.
In abundance. There's a big abundance of naked wieners in it. Just need to warn you now.
What
So,
did it broadcast on HBO?
No, Stars.
It's a really good show. I mean, it's a it's for adults, but it's a very well written, almost Shakespearean dialogue.
Yeah.
Similar quality of writing to House of Dragon. It's
Absolutely
a
agree with that.
Yeah, and Gary's trying to get us some people from it, so he's working very hard. This is why he's currently in Sydney. He's got meetings with agents, sorting it out for us. Very good.
Yeah, Lance, it sucks. How many great shows comes out of Stars? The problem is nobody wants to pay for Stars, but Stars has some fantastic
shows. Party Down is one of my favorite shows ever.
Yeah, and also Banshee came out of Stars, which is on the shelf behind me.
Yeah. And
anyway, Barbara, I'll let you go because I know you've got to dash off. But,
Thank you so much. I'll see you hopefully on Sunday, and have a wonderful, happy birthday. Good night, everybody.
Thanks.
Good to meet you.
All right, I might wrap this up in about half an hour. Before we do that, let's do a poll about what fictional nonsense film are we going to make up a review for and do a big stream about. We had a couple of suggestions already. Can you remind me what some of those were?
What are we going to do?
I don't remember at all.
I
know we floated like 5 or 6 ideas.
There's so many.
There were a few that were actually floated that we said, oh yeah, that could be.
I think there was a Jaws 58 or something like that, or a sci-fi something or other.
Right.
I know we wanted to do Showgirls with Muppets. That was one.
Yeah,
that was one we floated.
There was it was Showgirls by Pixar, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, Pixar Showgirls. Yeah,
Pixar. Okay, well that's one choice.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so hang on.
Desert Phoenix says we should do Fifth Element.
Start. Well, it can also be a variation of a film that exists. So, because we did Napoleon, but it was the Napoleon film from Get Shorty with Martin Weir in it, which also starred Mr. Snuffleupagus from Sesame Street, which fictional. Keep these ideas coming.
Thinking. Trying to unlock memories in the core of the recesses of my mind here.
I need to chew on that for a little while, honestly.
So that we've done, is it 2 or 3 we've done so far? We've done the
Just
Thing,
Napoleon and the Thing.
Napoleon and the Thing presented by the Muppets. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Showgirls by Pixar. There's lots of funny Pixar memes for the Thing floating about as well.
Yeah.
I will have to think on that.
Gary, what was the name of your producer character again? What was his name? Produced by?
Oh God, Hamilton, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, Hamilton the 5th and the 3rd, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
That was it. Hamilton. Yeah, Hamilton the 5th and the 3rd. Yeah, I remember now.
Let's do some Ed Wood. Let's do Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Dude, I've always said I want to see a serious, scary remake of Plan 9. I think that'd be awesome.
So, but it's got to be incredible. There's got to be a slightly different take on it. So it would be Plan 9 Outer Space presented by the Muppets, or Plan 9 Outer Space but with the cast from Showgirls or something.
Well, I'm thinking of like the Evil Dead remake, how they just went full-blown horror. Like the idea of aliens showing up and making the dead reanimate and become zombies is like, dude, that'd be awesome. That'd be legit
can't do
cool.
any worse than Ed Wood, that's for sure.
Right. No matter, even if it's bad, it'll still be better than the original. Exactly.
Some suggestions in chat are most welcome. I can't quite see chat properly at the minute because I'm doing the poll.
Yeah, Muppets
So,
Fifth Element, aka the Sixth Element, says Melvin.
That's a good one.
Melvin also
Halloween.
suggested that.
Oh, Evil Dead also. We could do Muppet Evil Dead. The
What would be
Necronomicon and the cabin.
what would be a good? I mean, they don't all have to have the Muppets. There can be
No, of course.
Although Mr.
Well, like
Snuffle-
I would like to see maybe like a Walt Disney 2D animated version of something, maybe.
Or what about another sequel to It and call it Itty Bitty?
Yeah. Oh, you could do like Miyazaki's Fifth Element.
Yeah. I like the Fifth Element's doing it for me.
No, the Muppets
characters.
presents the Sixth Element. That's a good one. Okay, I want at least one more. We've got Pixar presents animated showgirls. The Muppets presents the Sixth Element.
Yeah, I would say maybe
Plan
like
9.
Plan 9, actual realistic scary Plan 9, and then like a Disney animated or Miyazaki animated version of.
What was the we had a Jaws one? There was a Jaws one we were talking about. It was like a stupid Jaws variation, but there was a hook, and I can't remember what it was. It was a really funny hook for this.
Darth Plato says Die Hard.
Die Hard.
Die Hard. Oh, Darth Plato says Die
The holiday special.
Yeah.
Die Hard holiday special.
Yeah.
Like the Star Wars holiday special. Actually, that's quite good. There's a lot of room for.
There you go. That's the holiday special. That's
yeah,
the
put
one.
Star Wars characters in Die Hard.
That's okay. Let me. Okay. I mean, we can actually. You know what? We can probably make that better than the Acolyte. I reckon.
Oh, there you go. The actual Acolyte.
No more Acolyte. No more.
All right. Okay. I
but
think
better.
we've got 3 options. If I press, I think that's How do I get? I don't know if has that happened? Oh, there we go. Okay, we've done it. All right. So,
oh, Rocky Horror.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So we've got 4 choices. I'm starting the poll. So this is to see which fictional film we do an in-depth, detailed 2-hour review of next.
I gotta turn my phone on.
Oh, I'm too late. I was gonna suggest Jurassic Park.
Oh,
but it's got to have a spin on it, so it's got to be like Jurassic Park,
Yeah.
starring Mr. Snuffleupagus as the, as the T-Rex or something.
I didn't get that far anyway, so
Yeah.
Oh,
But
do a
that's-
Disney like a Disney World Jurassic Park crossover, maybe. Like theme
Die
parks.
Hard
That's
holiday,
what-
Die Hard Star Wars Holiday Special is getting quite a lot of votes there.
I think that's brilliant.
Yeah. Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Is another bit too late to suggest that now.
No, Die Hard holiday special from me.
Well, you got to vote, Gary. You got to get in the chat. You got to press that button in the.
He's got a mail-in ballot.
Get a mail-in ballot. Okay. All right. Okay. Fantastic. So what
we can have
films?
Hans Gruber's family come along.
What new films are out in the States at the minute, apart from Longlegs, and what's coming out next week?
Deadpool's coming.
Deadpool's next week.
Well, Lance, tonight I saw
Okay.
Twisters.
Twisters, yeah, we'll talk about that Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen that. I'm going to try and see Longlegs before Tuesday. But I haven't seen Twisters yet. I don't know if I'll see it. I might do. Anything else? Is there anything else out in that can't be all just those 3 movies. That can't
when
be
does the new Alien movie come out?
That's August.
Romulus?
Yeah, August will be that, and the Crow remake comes out in August.
No one is going to see that.
No interest. No interest.
I'm trying to get my WeWatch for the original Crow up by then. Me and Hostman watched it back in like February.
Actually, you know what? Somebody said the Muppets do the Acolyte. We could have had a lot of fun with that, you know. Could have had a lot of fun with that.
The power of meep meep.
You can always go see Horizon.
I think I might have missed I think I might have missed a couple of super chats. Let me just check. Yeah, Phil, Philly. Sorry, buddy. I don't know how I missed this one. It's probably in the middle of telling my story. We appreciate you, Lance. Thank you very much. I appreciate you too. This is the most super chats I've ever had in a single stream.
He's big time.
So much
Well,
so
it's your birthday.
I'm going to
Hey
highlight.
guys, my battery's about to die, so I better go.
No worries, man.
Okay, Gary.
See you guys.
Hi, Gary.
Nice to meet you, Gary.
Get your
Good to meet
voting.
you.
Get your voting, Gary. Get on the chat and get your voting.
All right, catch ya.
All right, I'm just showing all these again in case I think I have done them all.
I'm gonna kill me.
Yeah, thank you very much for these people. That's really nice. That's definitely the phone bill paid for the next few months.
Well, I sent one for Sammy, but he left out for you could read it.
What's that?
I sent one, and I had two Mark Hamill Joker quotes for Sammy to read because Sammy.
Oh, hang on. Oh, Sammy's not here though.
I know. I texted him. You
I
bastard.
demand you make Sammy say his Joker. I'm crazy enough to take on Batman. But the IRS, no thank you. Also, without Batman, crime has no punchline. Sorry, man. You should have interrupted me. I don't know how I missed
Well,
that.
Sammy had to leave. Sammy does a creepily good Mark Hamill Joker.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard it. I've heard it.
Yeah, it's really good.
Latest Natalis Tibi, Lance. I think that's supposed to be Greek.
Latest
Greek.
Natalis Tibi.
Does anyone know what that means? I was hoping to look really
I
intelligent.
don't know Latin, but context clues tells me something about being late.
Right. Better late than never, maybe something like that. Better late than never. That might be it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic. So, what are people?
Oh
watching?
no. Okay, I actually looked it up to not be, to be a little more
Okay.
intelligent. It says it means happy birthday.
Oh, that's
thanks, Plato.
Guess we should guess that, really, shouldn't we?
Derp.
So, Jill, what else are you watching at the moment? You're watching For All Mankind, which is I think it was I think it was me that was telling you to watch that. Maybe I probably wasn't the only person telling you to watch it. But
You weren't the only person, but you were definitely one of the people
I was
who encouraged me
championing
to...
it. The show that I thought was going to be terrible woke nonsense actually turned out to be pretty fantastic and just got better as it went along.
Right, these days it would have been so easy for them to go that route, and they took the tougher route of actually creating a good story. And
they did, and it just feels real, which is what I really. If anybody hasn't seen it,
and that's a good thing, and then sometimes also a bad thing when it's a little too real and you relate to it, and it really hits you emotionally in a very deep way, and that sounds like it should be a great thing. But also, I'm crying.
That's the best kind. Well, but anything that gets you reaching for the Kleenex. I mean, I'm not talking adult channels here. I'm talking drama. Anything that has you a tear in your eyes that's powerful. That's a writer has achieved that. That's the biggest compliment you can pay a creative, is giving them an emotion or their work, getting an emotional response from you is the biggest, in my view, anyway.
And I've always been a fan of Ronald D. Moore from his work on Star Trek, of course.
Yeah.
So he's doing a really good job with that show.
Yeah,
but I'm only on season 1, so we'll see what happens.
And it's funny because they completely set up the last season with a very kind of this could be the ending of the whole thing, and I'm happy it's now going to get another season. But they weren't sure, so because there was talk that the last season was probably going to be the last one. So there's a lot of natural endings to a lot of main character storylines. We're on Mars. And it's mainly about Mars the last season. And,
nice. Okay, but that's always good to wrap things up in terms of just not stringing these serialized things along forever.
No, sure, but when I was watching it, I was thinking, it'd be good to have one more season on Mars because you know, I could see they could do a lot more with this, and we're getting it. So we're getting one because it was so popular. So there we are. Well,
Okay,
Ashton,
good news.
what are you watching, buddy? What are you watching at the moment that you're enjoying? If he's still there and not talking to his son, or he might be indisposed at the moment because he's muted. Well, we've already covered. Me and Stepenzo and Blue have already talked about all the stuff we're liking, which is
I've been
mainly
watching Crank Yankers. It's funny.
Crank Yankers.
Yeah, that old Comedy Central show about prank calls, and it's funny because like I said this on Tuesday, like it's such a memory. What's the word I'm looking for? Like a memory capsule, time capsule of like how funny, not just, you know, some of these comedians that went downhill were back in the day, but also how funny like normal people were, like the people receiving the phone calls, like the average layman, like they're all funny. They all go with the jokes and they know how to talk back and they don't get over offended. And it's just very funny. It's good.
Is that did you say it's called Crank Yankers?
Yeah, it's like puppets doing prank calls. Yeah. It's fun.
Yeah, I've just
like Adam Carolla, Jimmy Kimmel, and Sarah Silverman, and a bunch of people. What's his name? Tracy Morgan.
Yeah,
bunch of people.
Sorry, somebody emptied my cocktail glass, and I had to attend to that.
What the fuck?
Well, there we go. I guess I don't know if Sandy knows whether she's got the link or not.
Last message I saw, she was still in her car.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, she said she was driving.
She driving.
That's pretty funny, man. I've never seen any of these. You know, we had a guy in the UK who was a stand-up comedian called Dom Jolly. Have you guys ever seen him?
No, I don't know him.
So he did a show called it had all those prank calls where he would do these weird voices and shit. And there would be he would phone up things like just call centers and just constantly talk to them, keep cutting his voice out like the line was bad. See how long he could do that for without annoying them, you know.
I have a message for General Hux.
Dude, I think my favorite crank calls, I mean, obviously the Jerky Boys were great, but there was Tom Mabe. Tom Mabe, he did the one where like he'd give his phone number out to cold callers, you know, so like telemarketers were always calling him, and like some telemarketer call him and be like, hello, and he'd be like, yeah, is Mr. Tom Mabe there? He'd be like, who's this? And he'd be like, that's so and so from the company. He's like, guys, run a trace on this. Just keep talking. Who is this? He'd be like, okay, well, you've just called the scene of a homicide. Mr. Tom Mabe has been murdered. Now we need to know your relationship with Mr. Tom Mabe. And the guy's like, I don't know him at all. I'm just doing my job. Okay, you're gonna need to stay on the line, or otherwise you're gonna be interfering with a police investigation. So we're gonna need to ask you a bunch of questions. It's just, dude, he's hilarious. So good.
Hey,
Lance, before Crank Yankers, we had the Jerky Boys in America.
Yeah.
Does everyone remember that?
Yeah,
of course.
Good stuff.
Oh, it's all up in my ass. Whatever Saul Rosenberg would say. Whatever.
My shoes flew off.
Yeah.
Let's see, Lance. That person, Lee Anthony's back tonight. So hey.
Oh yeah. He's from this guy's from the UK, isn't he? He's like a fellow insomniac like myself.
He suffered.
Hey, everyone that just joined us.
He suffered our accolade stream.
Yeah. Hey, good to see you, buddy. Good to see Muppet Pulp Fiction could have been fun. That's definitely worth thinking about. And I haven't seen Cancel Pig before. Hey, so
I know the name, but
yeah, the name sounds familiar. Blue, right? I've got a clip of something to show you. Let me put it in the. Can you cue this up? I'll give you the time code.
Oh boy.
It's not that bad. It's not like the Skippy Kangaroo thing. That was funny. If you go to about 4 minutes, 4 minutes, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. This is a clip from Trigger Happy TV, which was it's just a series of short sketches. Some of them were like bogus phone call things. Then there would be all this kind of like surreal humor. So there's one sketch on here where they've literally built a Wendy house on a corner in the street, and this guy is that. See, they've put the sign 59C. This guy's a delivery guy, and he's like doing he's doing it. He's doing a voice of this like gnome inside the house.
Okay now.
Right, watch this one. Watch this one.
Just turn it down.
Good Lord.
So, because there'd always be that like annoying guy that would always answer his phone like really loudly when you're there somewhere. So he did like every episode of those. He'd be that guy. He'd be in a different location. It was always really quiet. His phone would go off really loudly, and then suddenly he would appear, and he's got the phone's like that big. Yeah. I'm in the middle of a conference.
What the hell was that?
Yeah, really, really funny.
I love the
Yeah, this is like somebody dresses up as a gnome and comes and fishes next to other fishermen, and just to see their reaction.
Wait, fresh fish for sale?
Ish.
Fresh fish. So.
Where's the fish from?
Right here, mostly. I mean, if it passes,
where's it from? And he gets it out of the bin, and then he gets it out of the bin and puts them.
I mean, if it passes the smell test, why not?
Fresh from the bin.
Oh man, let's not play too much. Of it.
It's funny because like there's like that. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was going to say if you guys want to watch it, I'll put the link for it in the chat, in the general chat. It's really funny, and they've got the best of series 1. I think it's all on this channel called Absolute Jokes. I'm assuming it's licensed. So
no, that looks fun. I see. I like real life gags like that. I don't like pranks that's like messing with people or in a bad way.
Scare tactics.
Yeah, jump scares and stuff. But
Dude, it's even better than scare tactics. And I think I talked about it on one of my episodes of my show. But it's a Spanish. It's like the Mexican version of scare tactics, and it's called infarto. And infarto means like heart attack in Spanish. But infarto is like scare tactics. But what they would do is like, they got 2 guys, right? One of them's in on it. The other one is the mark. And like guys pretending to be cartel members, like pick them up and bound and gag them and throw them in the back of the truck, and they pretend to kill the friend who's in on it with like a knife.
Oh yeah, I heard about
dude,
that.
It's insane, dude. And then they like gotcha, and it's just like what the hell, dude?
That's a great way to get shot.
Oh my
God.
I
mean, you couldn't imagine like if the friend happened to be armed and the Mark friend.
I'm pretty sure they have
he
like
mows down these 3 actors that are pretending to be cartel guys.
I got it, Lance.
Yeah, that would. This show's like got a kind of surreal Monty Python-esque vibe to it.
Yeah, no, I like that. That looked really creative and fun. Like no one's getting hurt or scared.
We're gonna show you a quick clip, which is set in a park.
Is this a dog?
There should be a sign that says "Don't feed the squirrels" on that queue that I sent you.
Oh, no. You said 750.
Don't tell me not to feed the squirrels. I love the squirrels.
It's
750. Yeah, that's the one.
I got it. Yep.
So
Nick's in the chat is here saying happy birthday.
Yo, wicked! Thank you. I'm not cute. I'm doing many things here. Muppets Ocean 11. That's a great one. Hey, Nick,
the country.
Good to see you, man. Thank you for coming in and saying happy birthday, Jerry Anderson's Ocean 11. Oh, we need puppets. That could be fun. Though.
That would be fun,
dude. I have a huge pecan tree in my front yard, and those squirrels are like, it's their tree. They get mad when I come near it. They're like screaming at me.
We've got crows in our backyard.
They're loud. Check out the squirrels in this sequence.
Is it a guy in a squirrel suit? Hell yeah, that's what it's gonna be, right?
Jesus Christ.
They
I love how the pedestrians don't even know how to react.
Loads of sketches like that, man, where like squirrels. There's one with like a gang of them all come out this bush and
God.
I
love British humor.
Yeah, it's a fun show, and I think like you probably find loads of clips. The other guy that did a similar thing was called Phone Jacker, and he was the one that would do those sort of funny phone calls, and sometimes they would actually film the people that they were calling with hidden cameras and stuff, so you could see their actual reactions. But yeah, so there's a lot of hidden camera stuff with it, but sometimes you can just hear their voices. But it was, yeah, it's really funny. There's a season 1 of that's also on YouTube, so I'll chuck the link in. Chuck the link in here. Okay, it's 2 a.m. So I'm going to start wrapping up fairly soon. Jill, do you want to talk about what you've got coming up this week?
Oh, for sure. Actually, tomorrow at noon Central Time, I'll be talking about the comedy horror film Shaun of the Dead.
Oh, that's
I'm in the middle of
filmed round here.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, it was really.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
Keep talking. I'm going to show you something on Google.
For sure, and that's going to be a lot of fun. So I'll be sending out. I'll be working on that tonight, and then on Tuesday, I'm continuing For All Mankind, finishing up season 1, and so getting more into it and deep into that show and learning the characters, enjoying that. And we'll see what comes next after that. If you're not subscribed, it's the same as my name, Anti-Derivative Joe. I like to enjoy science fiction and escapism from all the real life stuff that's happening.
Yeah, it's a great channel, especially if you like anything to do with Star Trek. There's loads of great content on there. Anything to do with other sci-fi, there's loads of great stuff on there.
Yes, as far as Star Trek, my next Star Trek stream will be August 2nd. We're going to review Insurrection.
So I'm going to show you, because I take it you've obviously watched Shaun of the Dead. I'm going to show you.
Yes, multiple times.
I'm going to show you the actual, not the one they used in the film, but the actual Winchester pub, which Simon Pegg used to live around the corner from.
Oh, and cool.
I also used to live around the corner from, and I used to see Simon in there all the time. So this is it on the road here.
So you drank with him, essentially.
Now, so this is it. So it recently got converted into flats, and they keep saying they're going to open the bar down here, but that hasn't happened. And it's all like this has all been converted into luxury flats. Now, when this was a pub back in the day, and I first moved here in '97, back from Nottingham, there was a huge, massive room for functions, banquets, and whatnot up there.
Oh yeah,
and that room was where we rehearsed my first 3 plays. And Val and Pat, who used to own the pub, they used to give me the rehearsal space for almost like 0 cost. And it was a footballers pub, and they had scarves from every team in the country hanging down from the ceiling. This bridge here that you can see up the road, this is the notorious Suicide Bridge. This is the #1 bad spot for that in London. And Nick Hornby's book called A Long Way Down, which was also based on a movie. They made a movie based on the book. It's about 3 people meeting on top of a tower block on New Year's Eve to top themselves, but it's actually based on this bridge, and Nick Hornby lives just round the corner from here. And you can see that they see these fences. These are now the same height as that lamppost, and they're now electrified to stop people from.
Oh man, diving on a roadway is a terrible, terrible way to go.
No, it's I've only tried it once. I wouldn't recommend it again. There's also in Shaun of the Dead, there's also a pub that gets mentioned called, well, we could go to the Woodman. That's one of the lines. And the Woodman back in the day was a proper grumpy old man's pub. Like, you'd go in there and it was pitch black. You couldn't see anything. And there was this massive flea-bitten dog that was under the table, bless him. And that pub was this one. which is just up the road, and that's now the Boogaloo. But that used to be the Woodman, which is the other pub that gets mentioned in Shaun of the Dead. And Simon Pegg used to live just down this road here, and I used to live just around the corner from the Winchester, and this was my old neighbourhood, all this. So, and the theatre that had my first play when I moved back to London was this one here, which is called the Jackson's Lane Theatre, and I directed 7 plays there, and it's got a massive theatre inside the church.
Oh,
so there you go.
Lovely.
Nice tour.
Wow, you gave me a good segue there, Jill, with that. So anything else, Jill, to plug? And I'll see.
Well, that's so cool. Thank you for taking me on a brief set tour for Shaun of the Dead. So cool. Thank you. No,
it
that's
was
all
actually
I had
all
for
shot
right now.
within a couple of miles of here, the actual film, but it was mostly shot in Holloway, which is further down the road, and a few other back streets. So it was all filmed in this area.
That is amazing.
So you're doing.
It's such a hilarious movie.
So is that like a watch party that you're?
It's a review where you've already seen it. And we're just talking about it. Just a free range talk about it because it's a comedy. So we can just we can just talk about how it was made and all of that stuff.
It's funny as well because the characters in it, one in particular who's played by Dylan Moran, was based on this really annoying director that used to go in the same pub as all of us from Ireland. I do remember his name, but I'm not going to say it. And I could tell as soon as I saw the movie, oh my God, that's that guy from the pub we all used to drink in. And the reason that I know he ended up in Pegg's film as that character is he probably hassled the hell out of Pegg to be in like a play of his.
Do you mean Ed?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
That's exactly. I mean, that's not his name in real life, but I know exactly who that's based on. Nix has just resubbed to your channel because YouTube apparently is unsubbed. That happens to me all the time, man.
They do it all the time.
Yeah, that happens. Like I will go on, I'll check, I'll go on Blues or something, or
I think they unsub inactive viewers is what it is.
Yeah,
but these are channels. These are channels that I actually do watch the content of. So,
you're not watching enough.
At all.
No, well, God, I've only got so many hours in the day. Anything else, Phil, you want to plug?
Yeah, YouTube thinks they're doing you a favor. No, that's all. Just Tuesdays and Fridays at noon. All my other live streams happen at random at night. I might do gaming streams on the weekends in the middle of the night, but that doesn't happen every week. And other events.
Atom, you got anything you want to plug, man?
Mostly just the usual stuff. On B-Roll Stage, every Friday we host a show called B-Sides. Stupenza's been there a bunch of times. This Friday we're doing the Alligator People, so Monster B movie from the 1950s. Next Friday
sounds great.
Oh, it's actually in CinemaScope, and I have a great print of it. And then next Friday, Blue Collar is going to join us for Death Race 2000.
He's been begging me. Fuck it,
Yeah.
Yeah, you and Sammy both.
You should be doing. Blue Collar should do the show drunk from his Uber while he's on the show.
Don't tempt me.
No, don't do that.
We don't endorse that.
Of course. Yeah.
And then I also do a friend show. One of our regular panelists, Jethro Bot, has his own show now every other Wednesday called Total Recall, which has got a really great premise. What we do is we vote on movies that we remember from our childhood, and then we rewatch them decades later, and then we review them, sort of a nostalgia trip. So I'll be doing that on Wednesday.
See if they're as good as you remembered.
Or as bad as you remember. Yeah, it goes both ways. Last episode we did Mystery Men, and that was a fun rewatch. And then this coming Wednesday, we're doing Steel Magnolias.
Yeah.
Right.
So that'll be a tearjerker.
It's a good one.
I remember when I went to see that in the cinema, and I was literally the only guy in it.
I believe that.
And it was so funny for whatever reason. I can't remember why, but that was the only time I went to the cinema in a combat jacket. I had this camo jacket for some reason.
Looked like a potential suspect.
I know, right? I must have looked like someone who probably had a bomb or whatever.
Travis Bickle.
But so I was like, because that cinema, I went during the afternoon, but it was on the opening Friday. So even on opening Friday back in the day, before internet and everything else, because that came out, 88, 89, something like that? 91 maybe?
I don't even remember exactly.
Around that time. Yeah, you'd still get lots of people go in the afternoon, like that's when all the nurses would go and watch films or whatever, because they'd be working.
Right.
And yeah, so there was a 200, 300 seater. There was me and about probably 60 middle-aged ladies and a couple of younger people. And I was sort of sitting on my own, and I was used to like not being many people around that time. And I was like, oh, it's quite busy in here. I'm like the only dude in here. So I took the jacket off and put it under my seat because I just thought I just looked really out of place. I was trying to blend in.
That guy's bad news.
But it all worked out. So that's a good film. That it's been a stage play many times.
Yeah, it's a very different film than what we normally do. Normally we do something like That Darn Cat or Mystery Men, or we did Krull not too long ago, and that was a weird thing to rewatch after decades.
Yeah. I have the soundtrack to that on vinyl in the box behind me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
Great soundtrack from James Horner.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
It's a cool premise that Jeff came up with. It's a little twist on just doing normal movie reviews. So it's a good show called Total Recall. You can find them on YouTube.
Okay, fantastic. Do check that out, people. If you want to put a link in the chat, mate, you can, and you're a mod, so you can chuck links.
Yeah, let me dial them up. I'll do that.
Blue and Stupenzo, you guys got anything you want to plug before we wrap up?
Let Enzo go first.
Well, story time. Me and Blue Collar watched Twister a few months back and tried to get it up online, and YouTube, Warner Brothers, Universal were being jerks. So I decided to, do the old fake out. I put up a fake, funny movie, Night of the Twisters, starring Devin Sawa, kind of as a joke. And then the link to Twisters is in the Rumble. The Rumble link is in the description of the Night of the Twisters YouTube video. And I think, Lance, you should be able to watch Twisters on YouTube because it's only blocked in US and Canada. But for some reason, Night of the Twisters, I uploaded it yesterday. It has like 620 views all of a sudden, and I'm getting like all these subs from it. I don't know what the hell.
Probably people looking for Twisters.
I uploaded it up as a goof, and it's doing really well. And everyone, and honestly, when I watched it, and I know we had a lot of people in the premiere and the chat, and we were all like, "This movie is like actually legitimately intense and pretty good for a made-for-TV movie." We were all surprised. So yeah, I mean, check that out. That was fun, and yeah, also check out Twister with me and Blue Collar. It's a fun one, and yeah, I guess I'll stream Sunday, and maybe Monday. I might do a Stupenzo cast Monday and finally talk about the rest of MILF Manor season 2. I watched 9 whole episodes last night up until 5 a.m, and what a show! What a show, folks!
MILF Manor.
My God.
Yeah, season 2. I watched I broke down the first 3 episodes. And I was like, I'll get to the other 3 in a couple weeks. And then it's been like 4 or 5 weeks and several weeks, actually. And I was like, well, just binge the rest of the show. And yeah, talk about 9 episodes on Monday. So it might be a long stream Monday after some point after MMM.
Fantastic. I just got a super chat in. Let me read this out. RRTNZ says, "Hail Lance, happy birthday, mate." Or as us Welsh folks say, Pendable and Hapters Lawn. I won't be offended if you don't try and say it. Joining in a bit late as I've just gone out of a funeral or gone to a funeral. Here's a few quid to help you celebrate. Well, sorry, my condolences, mate. But thank you very much. That's very, very kind.
Cheers, friends.
Yeah. So, and a few other comments from people. Bo, Lance, very much appreciate this stream and all of your true accounts of life in general. Have a good one. That's very kind. Jamalama, I was bummed to have to bail. Well, we're still here just for a little bit. Keith popping in. We love Keith E. Sorry I got here late. Have a great birthday.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Blue, anything you want to plug?
Well, I did see Twisters today. I'll make a video on that tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I'm going to Gooch's channel. And so, Lance, after you made me suffer the Acolyte for the past 8 weeks, I'm going to do a drunken review on the Acolyte Saturday.
The whole show. I could join you if you want.
I
saw it.
All right.
Considering
that would be fun, Enzo. If me and Enzo get drunk,
I'm considering doing like a serious, critical video on it.
Because the thing
pointing
is,
out, taking the writing apart and just saying this is why it's.
Well, I'm doing the opposite because our friend Jay Goodwin said, he goes, dude, if you watch The Acolyte as a sitcom, it's unequivocally the funniest TV show of 2024. So with an entire bottle of Jack Daniels, it probably is a good comedy because it's so horrible. You're watching the show, you're like, my God, maybe it's comedic genius, and like maybe Jay Goodwin's onto something. Because like Lance, lightsabers can't kill people, but a dagger this big can kill somebody. That's comedy.
Yeah. I mean, you could put like a funny laughter track on it.
Laugh track would be good.
That's what Jay said.
I mean, you know,
also we're gonna watch The Sandlot on Blue Collar's channel next Tuesday or this Tuesday, upcoming Tuesday. Yeah, that'll be fun.
Which was called The Sandlot Kids in the UK, if it's the film I'm thinking about.
Really?
Oh, wow. Really?
In well, the one about the kids that play baseball in the Sandlot. Yeah. But you see, because in the UK, Sandlot doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't mean anything.
Wow,
no, it's not a term. You'd have a sand pit when you were a kid, where you.
I see. Well, that's what I love about Enzo is like he'll pull out these random movies that like I swear only I loved, and then like Enzo's like, "Hey, Chris, I like The Sandlot." I'm like, "Dude, you like that?" Like, there's so many films.
It's my favorite 4th of July movie.
I love that film. I went to see it at the cinema. I can remember that I was almost the only person in there.
When are you two getting married, Blue?
I'm telling you, man.
The Sandlot Kids.
I mean, we're both single and Paul.
Oh, my favorite baseball movie.
I can't handle it. So
Yeah, definitely my favorite baseball movie.
Oh, that's
you know what's interesting, Lance?
Stealing Home is my favorite baseball movie for sure.
Dude, Lance, you know what's crazy is I was telling you guys how Gary sings like Trey from Fish. I didn't even know this, but Fish uploaded a Tiny Desk concert yesterday from NPR.
Wow.
So I sent you that link, Lance. Share that to Gary. Be like, this is what you sound like.
Okay, we'll get on that. I'm trying to. I thought I just downloaded something I wanted to show.
Well, Lance, a couple days, man. The big the finale. It's been a long 10 weeks, man. Band of Brothers.
Yeah. So on two streams on Sunday. I'm doing I guess I'm doing some kind of quiz thing. I'll figure it out on the afternoon between 3 and 6. So please come along and take part. You can take part in the chat because we had 2 teams playing each other, but the chat also got to play, which was a lot of fun. And then on 8 o'clock we are doing the final. Band of Brothers.
Watching that today.
If he can, he's hoping he can come on for a little bit. Shane Taylor has said he's going to try and come on if he can. Hemmings is unfortunately away. Nolan Hemmings is away. And then on the 25th of July, I have finally got Nikki Marshall coming on, who directed Summer of Violence, which is the film on the left. She's also appeared in Animal Kingdom, The Shield, SWAT, Chicago PD as an actress. Has a fantastic acting career, substantial credits. And it's been so hard to pin her down. So I'm so grateful she's finally coming in. And then I've got Neil Marshall, the director, coming on the 29th. So I've had 4 amazing guests this month, which brings me up to 69 industry interviews since the channel started 2 years ago, which is pretty good, isn't it? Pretty good.
Not bad.
Muppets: The Journey. Okay, I see. So my film, but with Muppets in it.
You have to take the piss out of yourself, Lance.
Yeah, well, I've done that about that film many times already. So, you know, and the story behind you watch the making of, because it's on the channel, and you can see all the stuff that went on behind the scenes and how difficult it was. Well, I thought I don't need that because I've already shown it. Okay, well, I guess that's it. So this has been a really fun way to spend the latter part of my birthday. yeah, it's been great, actually. Thank you all so much for coming on, and also all the other people that popped on. I don't know how many people I had in total, but it must have been about 15, I think.
At least, yeah.
So that's pretty good. So, makes me...
It's a pleasure to have met you and to know you, Lance. And
bless you.
I absolutely 100% agree with your feelings about this community. It's helped me through some dark stuff too. So always a pleasure, anytime.
Oh, well, I think it's I'll do this as my Jerry Springer final thought of the night.
And now for my final thought.
Yeah, of course he's no longer with us, is he? But we've lost him and David Soul, the person who played him on stage. No, it's like I'm aware that a lot of people within the community who I collaborate with have a very diverse and different range of political views, particularly like who they might vote for in the up and coming election and stuff like that. And I respect those views, but we don't need to discuss them, because it's not the love of politics that is bringing us together. It's not the love of gun control debates, whichever side of that you might fall on, that's bringing us together. It's the love of film and television shows from different periods in our life that have meant something to us, or that we've appreciated, or that we want to talk about, or that we want to try and bring to a new audience. That primarily has always been my goal with my channel. Okay, yeah, we reviewed The Acolyte and we didn't have a lot of pleasant things to say about it, but that wasn't the reason I wanted to review The Acolyte. I actually wanted to give it a fair shake. I wanted it to be good.
Yeah, of course.
And me and Blue were very constructive, especially in the first few episodes. I mean, you can, if you watch them, you will see I get very disparaged and extremely bored in the last 3 reviews that we did, because I literally didn't care. I was so disengaged, and it's quite rare for me to tune out of a show to that degree. I'll usually stick with it, but anyway, so it's the love of these things that bring us together, and that's what we have in common. And I like to have friends from different and diverse backgrounds with different views on things in life, because if I just surrounded myself with people that all felt or thought the same as I do, I would be a very poor man and a lot less richer for it. So I consider the wealth of my friends to be one of the richest things in my life, even though financially I am very poor. But in that context in my life, I'm an extremely rich man, and I feel very fortunate to be blessed to know all of you. So there you go. That's my final thought for the day.
Yay.
So,
happy birthday, Lance.
Thank you. Happy birthday. Thank you for inviting me. I consider myself really lucky to have met you also.
Oh, well, you're very, very kind, Jill, and the same goes for everybody here. And if you're ever wanting to pop on any of the Nielsen ratings anytime, guys, just let me know. It's every Tuesday at 10 o'clock, and we're always getting into fun stuff on there. So let us know, and actually we'll play out with that new theme tune to say goodnight. Thanks to everybody in the chat. Thank you for all the super chats. There were many. Dan Candy just sent me another one for tissues. $1.99. People have subbed to some of the channels on here, so that's all good as well. Yeah, thanks so much for all of that stuff. It's been great. We'll be back again on Sunday, 3 p.m. UK time and 8 p.m. UK time. Until then.
Everybody thinks he looks like Quentin Tarantino, so come on in.